It is the best time of the year if you are a hockey fan. It is the Stanley Cup playoffs. What is going on, hockey fans? It is Neil Villapiano, the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast here on the Hockey Podcast Network, alongside my good buddy and partner in crime, Kyle Manifold. We welcome you to this exciting edition of Live Watch Along, playoff edition of Live Watch Along, as we have game one of this Western Conference first round between the high-flying Colorado Avalanche and the always dangerous Winnipeg Jets. And Kyle, we also have one other person joining us on this edition, someone who is brand new to THPN. It is excited that we welcome on Grace, who is also now part of THPN. Grace, great to meet you. So excited that you're on for this game tonight. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I am doing great. How are y'all?
Good. I think I should have warned you that we were kind of dressing up a little bit.
Oh.
I apologize.
That's
okay. Don't worry about it.
That's fine. It's fine. We got to go big or go home, right? Especially with the playoffs. This is that exciting time of the year. And this should be a really good matchup between two very talented teams. You have the Colorado Avalanche, who are one of the most dangerous teams when it comes to the rush play. And you have the Winnipeg Jets, who loaded up at the trade deadline, a team that had a lot of success through the regular season, now has home ice advantage in this first round. This is a really interesting matchup because for me, very curious to see how the goaltending matches up between Alexander Georgiev, Connor Hellebuck. Should also mention, guys, that former Colorado Avalanche goaltender Pavel Francouz just announced his retirement from the National Hockey League as well. He was a big contributor to the Colorado Avalanche's Cup run 2 years ago. So congratulations on a happy retirement to Pavel Francouz. But this is exciting, guys. We've already had a lot of action here live on THPN. I want to give a special shout out to Jimmy Finizzi, who just a little while ago, just covered game one of that Eastern Conference matchup between the New York Rangers and the Washington Capitals. He finishes with, I think, something along the lines of like 8,000 views at one point or so.
Once you kind of let it finish, it'll be over like 10,000.
It'll be well over 10,000 when it's all said and done. And we thank everybody, every 21 of you right now that is joining us. And if you like what you see so far, leave a like on this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we go live here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. This is exciting because we're going to be live literally every single day for Stanley Cup playoff action. This is the first of many games that we're doing. We have a third one tonight, as we'll have game one of the Vancouver Canucks against the Nashville Predators. Ryan of Starcastic Remarks will be on the call for that one. He will also be on tomorrow night for game one of Stars versus the Golden Knights. So we got a lot to go to. And as you can see, we got a little dressed up, got ourselves ready.
It's a beauty pageant
for this one. It's a beauty pageant for sure. And I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. Obviously, for myself and Kyle, our teams are not in the playoffs, fortunately. But you know what? It's going to be exciting nonetheless. Of good
everybody except one.
That's true. That is true. A lot of excitement here in this one. So how are you guys feeling going into this?
Me? How do I feel?
I was going to say, Grace, that's a really good answer.
I feel great. No stakes in it for me, besides a little bit wanting the Jets to win for the bit. And because I think that that's more entertaining and better for Jets lore. But that said, I don't have too much hate in my heart for the Avs, so I'm looking forward to it and seeing what happens.
Kyle?
Wow, this whiteout looks crazy. It looks awesome.
The best.
And they showed too, like the streets as well, and how it all looks phenomenal. As they have Scott Oak on our CBC feed here on Sports.
Love it.
He's like right in the middle of all. And I'm excited for this. They showed McKinnon like walking out of the tunnel. This I know we had like Leafs Bruins last night and we had Islanders Hurricanes. This tonight feels like a true playoff game. I don't know why. I'm just getting that kind of feeling a little bit, and I hope it lives up to the hype tonight.
I think it should. And I think this is a matchup that could go the distance. Kyle, you and I talked about it. You and I actually were on Jimmy Finizzi's podcast, the Blue Seats 94. We were on it last night talking about kind of previewing the playoffs, and we were kind of looking at it. And this is one of those series that we think could go either way, and it could go the distance. And it all starts tonight in the beautiful, maybe beautiful, I don't know if that's the word I'd use, Manitoba.
In the summer, yeah.
Yeah, in the summer, it's nice. But this is exciting. I'm so pumped for this. We get to see Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, and this dangerous Colorado Avalanche team against a Winnipeg Jets team that features Connor Hellebuck, Nikolai Ehlers, Tyler Toffoli, and just so much more. I think you have a really, really intriguing matchup. Two teams that play two different styles of hockey, and I don't think you could ask for much more. This is a true, like you said, Kyle, true playoff matchup. And before this one gets underway, we have a little bit of time. Everybody who's in the chat, do us a favor and leave your score prediction in the chat. We'll see if anybody gets it right, and we'll give you a special shout out at the end of this game. But while everybody gets some time to do that, we will get underway and go with our predictions. So Grace, we will start with you. What is your prediction for tonight's game?
I am sensing a big game from the Jets coming out swinging, something to prove. I think it's going to be low scoring, though, just given the backing, particularly that the Jets have. I'm going to say 2-1 Jets, and I'm thinking a big game from Nikolai Ehlers.
Nikolai Ehlers.
2-1.
I like 2-1 too. Interesting, because we've seen a lot of high scoring early on in these first game ones.
This is true. And even earlier today when I was watching the Cats Lightning game, it was looking a little tight and low scoring. Bobrovsky was out of his mind, but then in the end, Cats are going to do what the Cats do, and it wasn't as low scoring as anticipated.
Oh, they are hitting it right now. They're doing the national anthems right now. I have no idea. Wait, who is singing the national anthem? They got a whole choir.
It was some choir
it's a
doing
choir,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to let the fans sing? That's the only thing that I ask, because I feel like they need to not sing the Canadian national anthem. Start it, and then let the fans carry it the rest of the way. Because
that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. And they don't do it in the United States, unfortunately. You don't see that a lot in the United States. You see it a lot in Canada, for sure. Kyle, your prediction for tonight's game one.
Yeah, I see a lot of Jets here. So I had Jared beforehand here. He had 4-3. We got Andrew 6-4. I think Duke has 5-4. He says Jets probably lose, so I think he's going 5-4 double OT. I hope not. I want to go to bed tonight.
Oh God. Oh God.
And Hannah's got 5-3 Jets. And you said 2-1, right, Grace?
I did.
I'm gonna go with the Avalanche here tonight. I think Hellbuck's gonna play really well though tonight. I think it's just gonna be one of those nights. I think it's gonna be low scoring. I like 3-2 Avalanche. Let's say in one overtime.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. As for me, I'm going to go high scoring. I'm kind of going to stick with the trend of how game ones have gone so far. I think that it's going to be interesting. And I'm going to go 5-3 Winnipeg tonight with an empty netter. So I think it's going to be pretty close throughout. But I think overall, I think the Jets are going to find a way to win this one and get the game one victory. So give me 5-3 Jets here tonight as they just wrapped up the national anthem. And it is awesome.
And real quick before we start, I did want to give Grace the floor a little bit to kind of go over her show a little bit. And Connor asked who's your team. So I'll give you a chance to do that before we start.
Yes. Connor, my team is the Boston Bruins. I'm from Maine, New England, born and raised. So my team actually is in the playoffs and is looking good.
Wow.
Just as it turns out. However, I do host with my very good friend Lauren, who was in here a second ago, an all NHL podcast. And while we sometimes are a little biased at times, we do cover the entire NHL, and that's called All Goals, No Misses. Misses spelled MRS. The joke being that Lauren and I are unmarried currently. So it's not that hard to decode. But yeah, and we have been doing it for about a year, and we're really happy to be a part of this network. And so hopefully some of y'all are able to take a listen. We are insane. Sorry, I know Leafs fans.
Join the club.
Join the party.
Scoreboard.
Insane.
Yes.
Lauren's never been biased ever, she said in the chat.
Grace,
all right.
I'll give you a fair warning. Kyle already is prepared for this. You may want to only have one of your earbuds in when somebody scores. So just be prepared for that.
Yep.
As the puck is dropped and game one of this Western Conference first round matchup between the Avs and the Winnipeg Jets is underway. And this is going to be interesting. So really quickly, guys, here as we get underway, what are you kind of looking for in terms of
That's amazing.
Somebody else said, Grace, do you want to have a fight? I don't think I would be very good in any fight, unfortunately. Ooh. I got weak upper body strength.
That's amazing.
That is awesome. First shot of the game comes from Zach Parise of the Jets. The Avalanche, and a good save there by Connor Hellebuck, who I think it's fair to say, guys, Connor Hellebuck might be the front runner to win the Vezina Trophy this year. And he has really been the backbone of this Jets team this year for sure. But then again, this is what Hellebuck's done virtually his entire career in Winnipeg.
I mean, that's the key, right, for this Jets team. And we kind of mentioned it before, like we talked about this series, is that it's going to come down to how many turnovers the Jets create and how the Avalanche will do off the rush with the dogs that they have and McKinnon and the rest of the folk there. And if the Jets can slow this game down, play the perimeter, work their way around the power play here and just really slow this game down here, it'll go in the Jets' favor and really help Hellebuck as well, too. So the slower this game goes, the better for the Jets.
For sure. And so I'll ask Grace really quickly, what are you looking for from both teams here in the first couple of minutes? I'm sure there's nerves from both teams. It's the first game of the playoffs, the first of what they both hope to be a long run to a Stanley Cup in these playoffs. So what are you looking for from both teams?
I mean, I think off the bat, you get a pretty good, obviously, I'd say in the first part of a game, any goalie is going to be a little bit more jumpy. You might see more rebounds just in the beginning, but I do still think it's a pretty good tell of how on Connor Hellebuck is going to be. And that's a huge, to me, indicator of what the success of this team is going to be, not just in this game, but in the entire playoffs. And so I think that first seeing right off the bat what he looks like, how he looks, but then I think on the other end, I think seeing what kind of match Georgiev can be to Connor Hellebuck. He doesn't have to be as good as Connor Hellebuck. They're not going one-on-one, but he does still have to perform at a level that is at least on par with his best regular season games, but hopefully can go above and beyond that. I also think that Kyle Connor is a difference maker and has been all season. And so I think that also seeing how quickly can they move the puck, can they get it to Kyle Connor, can they make shots happen, is going to be really important in whether or not the Jets are going to succeed in this game and series.
I'm glad you brought up Kyle Connor because that's the guy that's like my X factor, I think, from Winnipeg's perspective, because I don't think he gets enough love for how talented he is. Same can be said for Nikolai Ehlers as well. Kyle knows how much of a big fan I am of Nikolai Ehlers in general and how much I wish he was a Devil, but that's besides the point. As a rebound try there, another opportunity, scramble in the crease, puck is still loose. Jets desperately trying to get it out. And speaking of the Devil, Nikolai Ehlers gets it out, leaves it now. The Jets come into the dome with a shot, and that one is a good right leg pad save from Georgiev and goes back out to center ice. So both teams very quickly there with back and forth action, but both goaltenders for the first 2 minutes or so look like they're up to the task. And that kind of is interesting because I wanted to get really quickly who you guys, your X factors are. I think Grace, you said your X factor was going to be Nikolai Ehlers for the Jets. Kyle, do you have an X factor for, let's start with Winnipeg?
I got to go with your boy, Tyler Toffoli, I think. I can't really see anybody on defense, and I think it's too easy to say Connor Hellebuck, but I'll go with Toffoli here. I mean, it's a guy you acquired, right? You gave away some assets for him. You got to expect him to do something here. And same thing for Sean Monahan too, right? He's a guy that hasn't really, in recent memory when he used to play for the Flames, he wasn't that much of a big playoff performer. So, you have to expect him to play a little bit better in this series. And then for Colorado here, I don't know if there's maybe a specific guy you can look at, but I like Grace's one earlier about Georgiev. Like, he just has to be good enough. He doesn't have to be the best. He just has to be good enough. So I'll go with Georgiev here for my X factor for the Avalanche.
Grace?
I guess I want to say Nikolai Ehlers, but I am tempted to say Kyle Connor. I'm a huge fan of both those players. Kyle Connor went to my alma mater, so I'm a very big fan of him. And I also just think that when they get hot, they're almost impossible to stop, and they can play with anybody else. Yeah, go blue. I will bring that up a lot. I went to the University of Michigan. So I think getting to see already, I think they're playing at a pretty good pace, and that lends itself well to their talent. So I do think that, but I'll still say Nikolai Ehlers. I think that that's a huge, huge part of their game is how hot he can get.
Awesome. Do you have one for the Avalanche?
For the Avs? Oh wait, that's a really good question. I mean, it seems like a stupid thing to just say McKinnon and Kyle took Georgiev from me, but I guess I'll say, I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, just throw Nichushkin in there. I don't want to give a boring like Makar. I don't want to give anything too bland because I think that they're always going to show up. But honestly, I mean, I haven't seen, especially at this end of this tail end of the season, Cale Makar almost feels like he hasn't been as big of a factor as usual.
Right.
Obviously, like getting him scoring opportunities is super important, you know, from the back end rather than obviously he holds it down on defense. I don't think that's ever going to be an issue, but I think getting more scoring chances is important. So you know what? I'll say Makar. Call me boring. I'm doing it.
Love that. It's fine.
It's totally fine.
Because sometimes the X factor truly is one of your best players, and you know, Cale Makar is a guy that has definitely stepped it up when he's certainly needed. As the Avs try to keep it in, I think the X factor for me, because I went Kyle Connor for the Jets. I think the X factor for me for the Avs is actually somebody that might surprise you both, and that's Ross Colton, who's a New Jersey-born player. Ross Colton, the guy who has championship experience playing with the Tampa Bay Lightning, is a guy who brings speed. He's a physical player. He could definitely find ways to get some good opportunities. And speaking of opportunities, McKinnon's shot just goes wide as Makar keeps it in, chips it over to McKinnon, over to the left side, now just out of the reach of his teammate, keeps it in front. Puck bounces out in front, but Nikolai Ehlers will get it and chip it out of the zone. There's something to keep in mind as well that I just noticed. The Avalanche actually moved up Miles Wood to a top line with Nathan McKinnon. That's actually really interesting considering but you know what? That's a speed line right there. That is a speed line and a half. When you have McKinnon, Miles Wood is a very, very fast player in his own right, very physical player. I think that works out really well. So I'm kind of curious to see how that continues to go about. Shots are 9-1.
Yeah, they're getting
the Avalanche.
Yeah,
covered. Right now, thank you, Danelle. I appreciate it. Gotta look. Oh. I'm trying to look my best for.
You look great, by the way, Neil.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I have to come out swinging, right? I have to come out swinging. I think right now what you're seeing early on in this game is that the Jets definitely are struggling with that rush play from the Avalanche. And so it's kind of coming in waves as Hellebuck makes a glove save, puck bounced up in the air, and he'll glove it. And we get a whistle here as, interestingly, guys, the Avalanche only had 19 road wins all year. That was tied for 14th in the NHL. Not the best road team, which I think is kind of interesting considering that they finished with 50 wins on the year.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to have to show again, right? Like you have to go, especially in an environment like they're in now, right? And I think like because of the experience that they've kind of had in their previous playoff runs / Stanley Cup run, this doesn't phase them at all, right?
No.
Or it shouldn't at the very least, right? You know, again, that's why I go back to Georgiev a little bit. Maybe it phases him a little bit, you know, depending on what happened with last year's playoff run that was cut short. So I don't think it phases a lot of these guys here. I think if anything, they really feed off of it. And again, their biggest challenge, though, is just finding ways past Hellebuck. That's going to be the biggest issue because, you know, shots are like, 10-1 right now already, and they still haven't found a way by.
Shot attempts are 12-1.
Yeah.
And shots on goal are 9-1 in favor of the Avalanche. So they've certainly come out with another shot there. That's
chance here
by Hellebuck, as now the Jets look to come the other way, as it's just out of the reach of Lowry. Jets try to set it up here, and now an opportunity for Nichushkin with a shot, and he scores!
Of course.
Valerie Nichushkin, top shelf over the shoulder of Connor Hellebuck, and the Avalanche have struck first. It's 1-0 Colorado.
See, I came prepared.
I love that you jokingly threw out Nichushkin a second ago when I was listing my X factor, and now he is the one who scored. So hey,
nice. Hey, Nichushkin, let's go! All right.
Maybe I should have said
awesome.
that. Yeah.
That is actually hilarious. That's actually hilarious. So Kyle technically called it for the first goal of the game, as Valeri Nichushkin, just about 6 minutes in, gives the Avalanche the deserving 1-0 lead as they continue with some pressure here as McKinnon tries to keep it in his zone, gets it top of the point, over the right side to McCarr, tries to feed it in front. Puck is loose in this crease, but Morrissey gets to it. He'll get it back from his teammate. And now Appleton having some trouble, but Morrissey retains it and now comes up the center of the ice, gets into the offensive zone, and we get an offsides here against the Jets with 13:21 to go in the first. Valeri Nichushkin, moments ago with the game's first goal. It's 1-0 Colorado.
I'll take my flowers now. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay.
I want to thank my mom. I want to thank the Academy.
Oh God. Oh God. You done yet?
That's great. No, we got 2 more hours.
No, we got plenty of time. We got plenty of time here to go. As really quickly, as we have a commercial break here, let's talk a little about some of the games that have happened already in these playoffs. As we talked about before, Rangers coming away with a dominant win.
Sorry to cover you, Grace, but
a $10 Canadian, I think that's right, Canadian donation from Mr. Connor Cahill, one of our longest tenured members here at THPN. And Connor, I know for certain you will be on the chat later on tonight for our live watch along of Vancouver versus Nashville game number 1. But thank you.
I think this $10 should go towards the ladies for joining the.
That's for. I agree.
Thank you all. Yes.
I don't know what the conversion is to American.
Yeah.
So you guys can figure that out. But
great question. I have no idea. I don't have to do in my law school studies. I don't have to do conversions math. Just earlier today, I tweeted something and I added like 16 and 16. Yeah, I did 16 and 16, and I thought that it was 38. I really don't know what was going on in my brain at that point. But
yeah, I wonder what you're in school for.
Yeah, clearly math. Oh, Jared, no way. Jared says that he lives in Portland, Maine. I am from.
Oh, nice.
I'm from South Portland originally.
Very nice.
Just outside of Portland.
Originally from Boston, Mass. Love it. We got a little northeastern love going on. I mean, I'm from the Northeast as well.
This is
born
true.
and raised in the Garden State of New Jersey. So
there we go.
I love a little of that. Really quickly here as we get back underway, a couple of score updates from earlier in these game ones. Yesterday, Hurricanes 3-1 over the New York Islanders in game 1. And Grace's Bruins with a dominant, and I mean dominant, 5-1 thrashing of the Toronto Maple Leafs in game 1. I already can see Steve Dangle giving up on this series.
You should have seen Peter last night.
I don't even want to know how Peter. I'm sure Peter's doing just fine today.
He's okay. He's all right. He's hanging in there.
I love it. You know, got a lot more hockey to go though. Bruins got to get 3 more wins, and as we know, last year that was a little bit of a challenge.
Ooh.
I can't talk. My team is not in the playoffs, but I did.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was a little job.
Hey, I can take it. It's okay. You're from the outside looking in right now, so
True. I will be very excited when the draft lottery comes around. Don't you worry. That's my playoffs for you, Kyle. You and I are going to have a lot of fun during this draft lottery.
Oh my God, I can't wait for the lottery. I'm so excited. You have no idea.
Last year we did a live watch along of the lottery. We had how many views did we have at one point?
About 20,000.
Yeah, about 20,000. So hopefully we get some good numbers this year for that. As now the Jets, Morrissey shot.
He scores.
Yes, just Morrissey at the point beats Georgiev glove side, and the Jets have tied it at 1.
That's like the saddest goal horn I've ever heard.
It could get a little work, but Josh Morrissey with a wrister, a good screen in front by a couple of Jets players. Georgiev never saw it, and the Jets have tied this baby up at 1. I think we're getting a bunch of goals here tonight, guys.
Clearly we're realizing my issue with the low scoring thing is I didn't anticipate the Avs shooting like their lives depended on it, nor did I anticipate within their first 3 shots that the Jets would score. But I think that's what you're seeing is you're seeing this discrepancy that even in the event of these significant number of shots on goal that the Avs are going to take, that goalie gap is going to be so significant. It could make all the difference. So, I mean,
for sure.
I don't know.
So what do you rely on more then in that case to counter that? Like, what do you think happens more? Do you think Hellebuyck falls off the cliff a little bit, or do you think Georgiev steps up and plays well this series?
I can't count out Connor Hellebuyck. I can't count under any circumstance. I think that just about anything he can stop, and so I think it's going to take a lot to get past him. But maybe I'm putting too much faith in the Michigan man. He didn't go to Michigan, but he's from Michigan. So.
Oh, okay.
I was about to be like, wait a minute. It's like, wait a minute, I don't remember that.
No, he's just from Michigan.
He's from Michigan. Josh Morrissey, by the way, just his 3rd career playoff goal, first playoff goal since 2021. So it's been a few years since Josh Morrissey has found the back of the net. Just as Grace mentioned before, just the 3rd shot on goal for the Jets, but they made it count. And they tied it up at 1 here. So if you're the Avs, got to feel a bit frustrated. You've dominated this game up to this point. You give up 1 good opportunity, good screen in front by 2 Jets players, and Georgiev just never saw it. And quite frankly, it was a heck of a shot top shelf over the glove side of Alexander Georgiev. I think that was about as good of a shot as you're going to get in that opportunity from the point. That was a really, really good shot.
Was. Yeah, I don't have much to add on to that. It was
great, Kyle. That was a great analysis by you.
Welcome.
As we're just about halfway through this first period, again, both teams have found the back of the net. Valery Nichushkin got things going with the first goal as he scored for the Avs. Then just moments ago was Josh Morrissey who tied it up at 1. So now the Avs with some good pressure here. Get to top of the point. Over the right side to Manson. Gets around the defender. Manson with space and a great glove save from Connor Hellebuyck, robbing Josh Manson there. And we get a stoppage of play, 9:42 to go on the verge. Josh Morrissey with the tying goals. We're tied up at 1 here between the Avs and the Winnipeg Jets. I don't know if you guys saw, by the way, after Morrissey scored, he looked right at the crowd and started, doing this.
He's like, let's go.
I love that. I love that about the playoffs. Just get everybody jacked up, ready to go. I love it.
Especially here, like in Winnipeg, right?
Yes.
Totally.
Big time. Big time. And that actually brings up a really interesting question I have for both of you.
Okay.
It may not be the Jets. Which Canadian team that's in the playoffs has the best shot of winning a cup this year? I feel like I know the answer.
I have an easy answer. In fact, if you all have listened to our most recent episode of All Goals, No Misses, I have said this. I actually said this before the season started.
Little plug.
I believe wholeheartedly, and not just of the Canadian teams, I believe that the Edmonton Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup.
Why?
I believe that the only thing that makes me hesitate, and it's very small to me, is that obviously I think they hit their peak, when they went on that 15-game heater around the All-Star break or just after it. But for me, they have done the trials and tribulations thing that I talked about it, that they are almost the opposite to me of the way the Bruins season went, where we started out really hot and then we sort of fell off a little bit and then now are at the less good part of our season. Whereas I think the Oilers have continued to build off the adversity and have continued to prove day in and day out that they are the offensive powerhouse of the NHL. Obviously, you have the big names, but suddenly Stuart Skinner decided to not suck at goaltending, and that adds a whole new element to their game. And I just think they're going to be hard to beat.
Also, too, I meant to bring this up earlier, but Andrew did have a question for you on who your favorite player was in Boston.
My favorite player, it's tough. My favorite player is Charlie McAvoy. 73 out of Boston University. But I also love Danton Heinen. I've been following him since he started with the Bruins and then the Penguins and the Ducks. And he's just had a killer season on a PTO. So it's been incredible to watch. Those are my two favorites.
Nice. So out of the Canadian teams, I'll quickly say, and then I'll give it back to Neil. I don't like the Oilers' chances. I'll give Winnipeg the best chance. I don't trust the Leafs. I don't trust Vancouver. I don't trust Edmonton's goaltending with a 5-foot pole. And I think the Jets are just forward. I think they're just, well, I mean, we've seen it before. Goaltending can sometimes carry you really far in these playoffs. And Hellebuyck wouldn't be surprised if that's the case for Winnipeg if they end up in the conference final at least.
That's fair enough. It's a shot there from the Jets is stopped. I think that was Monahan with that shot. As now puck comes back out to center ice. And the Jets come right back in. It's Tyler Toffoli. He backhanded it, an easy pad save from Georgiev. Puck in the corner. Toffoli with an opportunity. He takes a shot and a big save there by Georgiev. Right in the slot as Toffoli had all day to shoot that one. But Georgiev was able to stay square to the puck, make a save there. As now the Jets, puck is at their bench. Now Lehkonen chips it over to his teammate. And now Manson will slow it up as both teams make a quick change. For me, I'm going to piggyback off of Kyle. I think for me, the team that has the is probably the Winnipeg Jets out of the Canadian teams. And honestly, I don't think you could find a single fan in the NHL that would be that upset if the Winnipeg Jets found a way to win a Stanley Cup. Is that point?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Wow. It's Nemestikov as that puck came right out. They had no idea where that was, and he bombs one past the glove of Georgiev, and the Jets take the lead. It's 2-1 Winnipeg.
He rifled that one.
What a goal.
What a terrible turnover from Josh Manson. He tried to get it out. Some pressure there from, I got to look again, as number 9 of the Jets with the pressure there. I think that was Iafallo. And then Valery Nemestikov with a bomb of a shot. And no goaltender was going to stop that one. And now the Jets at home got the 2-1 lead. What a shot from Nemestikov.
Wow. He didn't have a chance. Like, it's a bad turnover, but also, too, like, how is Georgiev supposed to respond to that, right? Like, it's so quick when that happens. Unbelievable. 2 goals and 6 shots already.
And see, this is where the concern I have for Alexander Georgiev comes in, because we also, I should mention, he finished the year, despite like 30-plus wins, had a really good win-loss record. He finished with a above 3 goals against and a below 900 save percentage. It wasn't necessarily that the Avs had success because of Georgiev. It's the fact that they outscored a lot of people. But I kind of look at, Travis Green made a comment when talking about the New Jersey Devils, and he said, you can't outscore your problems. And right here, I know it's game 1 and a lot of hockey left to play. But you're just seeing, that the Avs came out flying, got the first goal, and now the Jets have found their game and have gotten the next 2 goals. And like you said, Kyle, 2 goals on 6 shots.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good if you're Colorado at all.
I don't even blame the second one on Georgiev. Like, that turnover is probably what evidently caused that, right?
That's Josh Manson, 1,000%.
Right.
I mean, Alex Iafallo, good pressure on the forecheck to get that, to force Manson into that turnover. So that's kind of a good thing in that regard, as the Jets will get it out, or they tried to get it out. Brendan Dillon being hounded right now, and Dillon was actually able to get it out, and the Jets will dump it into the left corner. So Jets.
I'd also like to point out that Grace is getting all the questions tonight, Neil, so I don't think we're going to be getting a lot on our end.
No, it's fine. I'm here. So, Kyle, you and I are, I'm here to do the play-by-play. That's my job tonight.
I'm just here.
You're just here. The vibe. So, Grace, another question to answer.
I personally love the Bruins Centennial jerseys, particularly the thirds. I have a third, Charlie Coyle.
Full time, please.
But they are great. I love them. I didn't think I would love them as much as I do. They just look great on the ice. I will be sad when they're gone.
Nice.
They should totally be full time.
I agree.
Like, I think
You
Bruins
think?
needed to, look, the NHL's not fun. Okay, like we've
They have
established
sparkles.
that
They
is
have
cool.
sparkles on
That is very
you
cool.
know?
I personally want to get one. I want to get the black one because that's my favorite personally. The
Oh, yeah.
black one is nice. Also, nobody asked for this answer, but I'll tell you anyway. My favorite Boston Bruin is Jesper Boquist. I'm a big
that's-
Nobody
Jesper
asked,
Boquist.
Neil. Nobody
I'm
asked.
a big Jesper Boquist guy. Now, is it the fact that I cover the Devils and I am a Devils fan? Yes. But I love Bokey. And I'm sure Bruins fans love him too.
We have loved him, honestly.
I'm not a fan of Pavel Zacha. He can go screw.
Yo! That trade was 1 for 1. That trade was 1 for 1.
But you have to understand, Grace. He went 6 years of doing nothing in New Jersey. Then he goes to Boston, and all of a sudden he can pot 30 goals. Oh wow. Where was that for 6 years?
That's amazing.
Oh,
do you have your wine tonight, by the way?
Do I have my
Also,
serious?
this is every stream. Like it's a
Not
wine
every stream.
thing.
I've been off my game a little bit.
Well, yeah, now's the time to get back on because it's.
I got the Villa Piano homemade wine right here. I'm ready to go.
I love the fact that it's homemade.
It's the best. There's nothing better than homemade.
I agree.
It's free.
I agree.
Just call it like it is. A pit of
yeah.
What?
Well, what?
That's mean.
I just can't wait for the draft lottery. Okay, that's all.
Connor, just be careful what you say because the Vancouver Canucks might be joining Calgary very soon.
Be careful what you wish for.
Be careful what you wish for.
Mm-hmm.
I just also want to say this because Kyle brought it up earlier. Somebody's got to find. This was like back in November. It was right after the Flames traded Zadorov to Vancouver.
Yeah.
Kyle went on a full-fledged rant on Twitter, then went on a full-fledged rant on a live watch-along that we were doing, and said verbatim that Vancouver are frauds.
They are. I'm
kind of curious. So, Kyle, you still feel this way many months later?
Yes, absolutely.
Right, so there you go.
Elias Lindholm has 12 points since they traded him, and we got Kuzmenko, one high draft prospect, their first round pick, and their fourth round pick. It's a steal. Have fun with Lindholm. That's all. Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Did someone else say that they were a fan of Boquist in the chat? I think someone
else.
Hannah.
Yes.
Hannah's a Boquist fan?
Hannah is the biggest Boquist fan.
I want to give a special shout out. This is from, Devil's Lore. I want to give a special shout out to a very famous Instagram page called Jesper Broquist. Very good friend of mine. He's a very good friend. It's a rebound try.
And he scored.
Miles won a rebound. And the Avs have tied it up at 2.
Wow.
That's a tough turnover.
Kyle, this is that Devils Leafs game all over again.
No, not again.
We're getting 10 goals tonight, baby. Miles Wood, the former New Jersey Devil, in his first year in Colorado on a rebound. He gets it, goes top shelf. Bad turnover there by 54. Sandberg of the Jets, and the Avs made him pay, and we have a tie hockey game.
Man. Oh, my God.
So Miles Wood, I mentioned it before.
It's going to be one of those nights again. I'm telling you, this is
ridiculous. It's gonna be a good one tonight. I think you guys got to.
Oh my God, McKinnon! McKinnon
scores! Nathan McKinnon just seconds later, and the Avs have taken the lead back. It's 3-2 Colorado.
Oh my God!
Yeah, low scoring game.
Wow, we were so wrong.
I'm still in the driver's seat. Well, maybe not. Actually, I am still in the driver's seat. My prediction's still looking pretty good.
Yeah,
but wow.
When Corey is right here. They are giving away the puck a lot.
Oh my God, yeah.
I think this is game one nerves. That's my opinion. It's just a lot of mental errors.
Yeah.
But wow, what was that? 2 goals in like 15 seconds or something like that?
If that. It was immediately off the face-off.
Smokes.
It's strange because it's on Hellebuck too. And you can blame the turnovers a little bit, but still it's he's a guy that bails out this team a lot, right?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and how about right now looking like I can only imagine. Shot attempts, little bit better, 20-11 in favor of Colorado, and they have the lead back, and that is a great response from Colorado to give up those 2 goals on 6 shots.
Oh, it's Mark Scheifele.
This is now an opportunity here for the Jets. Wrapped it around the board. Puck is behind the net. Opportunity here. Feeds it in front. And they score! It's Mark Scheifele, and the Jets have tied it. It's 3-3.
What is happening?
Unbelievable. We still have 4:07 to go in this first period. My TV just automatically turned off. So now I can't broadcast the game for about 5 minutes. So this game is already on drugs, as just unbelievable, as now we have 6 goals in the first period.
What is happening?
Pull both goalies. I don't care.
I have a hilarious idea that I'm about to do. I have a really hilarious idea. Since I'm going to wait for my TV, I'm going to put the game on my phone, and I'm going to keep going. This don't stop. I do not
stop. Can you hold it like this?
I'm going to put it. No, it's right on my computer, right here. I got it. I'm good.
No, like you looking at it, like we're holding it like this.
Yeah, you want me to hold it like?
It's just funny. I don't know why.
4 minutes to go in this first period. Mark Scheifele, 39 points in 36 home games. And that is unbelievable. What a game that we have so far here. Everybody's score prediction is completely off at this point. We are just now here for the vibes. 3 goals on 7 shots for the Winnipeg Jets. 3 goals on 14 shots for Colorado. Welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs, ladies and gentlemen.
This is it. This is unbelievable.
Grace, how you feeling through your first period of your first live watch along of the Stanley Cup playoffs?
I'm feeling like both of these teams should start paying me to do this if I'm going to make them score like this every time I do one.
You got the magic goal scoring touch for sure.
Apparently.
It's
Dear Kevin Shoveldayoff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's now an opportunity here for the Avs. That shot, scramble in front of the crease. Where's the puck? It's behind the net. Avs still with the puck right now. Get to the right corner, top of the point. Leads it in a try. Then that one gets blocked, and it goes back into the Avalanche zone here. Can we go 5 minutes without a goal? Let's see how far we can go here before the next one happens. As now the Jets have the puck at center ice, and they'll dump it in. Should also just mention, I think both Grace and Kyle's TV are ahead of mine. That's slightly, maybe a couple seconds. As
trying not to react.
Well, I know it's never like on.
No, Kyle, it helps me because then I'm prepared. Then I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Then I know.
I try not to.
It's funny. No, I think it was during we did Devils Leafs like 2 weeks ago. It was like, and I forgot the score of that game. What was it, like 6-5, 7-6?
Like that, yeah.
It was ridiculous. And Kyle was ahead of me, and he kept looking. He would give me a look like something is about to happen, and then it happened. And it was the funniest thing ever. It's great.
The eyes.
It was Kyle and I are so in lock at this point. Now it's just the eyes. They don't have to say anything.
It really started in the playoffs last year with the Devils Rangers series.
It was that. And that was a fun series.
Second year in a row that the Flames don't make the playoffs. Maybe I should quit and maybe they get back in.
Well, don't quit. We'll miss you. We'll miss you.
So nice. You're so nice.
He's very nice. Very nice. Puck goes over to the Jets bench, and now the Avs trying to keep it in with about 100 seconds to go in a crazy first period here. Both teams have scored 3 goals each, and both teams have had a lead. We've been tied several times. Just nuts. Absolutely nuts. And the top guys are finding the back of the net. McKinnon has a goal. Mark Scheifele has a goal. It's impressive. Also, I think it's crazy to think about a year ago. Mark Scheifele was looking like he was very much on his way out of Winnipeg. Very
and
much.
Hellebuck.
And Hellebuck too.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, they're signed long-term, and they're in the playoffs, and they've had a great season, 52 wins. But that was only second best in the Central Division. That was how good the Dallas Stars were. How good they were. It was impressive as Jets have the puck in their own zone trying to get it out. Puck in the right corner here, intercepted by Mikko Rantanen. Now it's taken away. Here come the Jets the other way with 1:20 to go in the first period. Now Lowry dumps it in here. Puck in the right corner in the Colorado zone here. Is how the Avs will control it. Make a long feed just out of the reach of Nathan MacKinnon. Hellebuck will play it and bounce it around the boards. So now that puck now in the right corner of the Colorado in the Winnipeg zone here with 1 minute to go in the first period. Game tied at 3 here between the Avs and the Winnipeg Jets. Game 1 of this Western Conference first round matchup. Ducks currently 14-7 in favor of the Avalanche here. As now Cale Makar up the center of the ice. He'll dump it into the right corner. Puck now into the left corner here where both teams whacking at it. Puck wraps around the boards. Jets get to it first, and they'll backhand or try to backhand it out. As now that puck is intercepted by Tyler Toffoli, and he'll go and he'll chip it over now to Monahan. Monahan with a shot. He pings it over to the right side just out of the reach. Drive by Dylan, and that one is stopped and covered by Alexander Georgiev with 26.8 to go in the first. As
I'll just say real quick, I think I'm going to do it tomorrow night. I don't know who I'm doing it with yet. I'll figure it out at some point. But we're also going to do Dallas and Vegas tomorrow night as well. Somebody from the West Coast is doing it. So,
I think Ryan said he might do it, right?
Ryan said he'll do Vegas and Dallas tomorrow night.
Ryan covers the Dallas Stars for StarCasting Remarks. He also will be on later on tonight for Game 1 between Nashville and Vancouver. Connor, I better see you in that chat.
Fight.
As now as that puck goes back into the Winnipeg zone with 15 seconds to go here, Morrissey gets it over. Puck's now at center ice near the penalty boxes. It's controlled now by Winnipeg with 8 seconds to go in the first. Jets make a long feed here. Puck goes down. Will that be an icing? No, the ref says play on, and that will do it for the first 20 minutes of action. As Kyle mentioned, we got little fisticuffs at the whistle as Sean Walker and Mark Scheifele with some pushing and shoving. We got a little bit more after that, but that ends a wild first 20 minutes. I think everybody can take a deep breath and refocus. So I'll ask really quickly. We'll go to commercial break. We'll talk more about it, but really quickly, Grace, 20 minutes. How you feeling?
That was 20 minutes of a hockey game, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I have to say I'm a little bit surprised. I do think that you're right, Neil. I think it's a lot of nerves. You can tell not taking very good care of the puck. Maybe in those last few minutes they did when they stopped scoring. And so I think that's going to be a huge factor. Can they settle down? But I mean, it's an exciting game. It's a whole new game coming into the second period, 3-3. Can only score more from here. So
I was going to say, can only keep going up from here.
Can only keep going up, right? Kyle, your thoughts after 20?
Yeah, I don't know if it's it's great and exciting, but it's just a lot of bad turnovers, right? Like nobody can really settle in and find their game. Like you can see the nerves are really showing here as well too early on. And it makes you question what's really going to happen, if it's going to really kind of slow down here in the second period, or are we just going to pick up right where we left off? So a lot of question marks going into the second period.
A lot of question marks for sure. We'll cover it all and much more in the first intermission But before we get to that, for the first time tonight, we will get a word from our sponsors. And welcome everybody here to our first intermission report of our game one of this Western Conference first round between the Colorado Avalanche and the Winnipeg Jets. And if you're just joining us, oh boy, you've missed a good one so far, as after just 20 minutes of play, it's 3-3. Yes, you are reading that right. 6 total goals through the first 20 minutes of action. Both teams have taken the lead. Both teams have been tied. Both teams have terrible turnovers. Both teams have had some subpar goaltending. We've gotten everything so far in this game. Again, Neil Villapiano alongside Grace for all goals, no misses, and of course, Kyle Manifold as well. And so I asked you guys this before we went to our break, but I'll ask again. We'll start with Grace. Your thoughts after a wild first 20 minutes of action?
Yeah, wild doesn't even begin to cut it. Definitely, I think off the bat, the first thing you notice is, beyond the goal scoring, is the significant turnovers. It just feels like there's a mental aspect of this game that they are still sorting out, which is interesting considering both of these teams were in the playoffs last year. And I don't really know that I even saw this last year from either of them. Especially the Avs. You expect them to have more consistency, more poise in this situation. But I must say, I think, the Stars, as Neil mentioned, they're showing their worth. I definitely think the Avs want to continue to get Cale Makar involved. I think Nathan MacKinnon is showing exactly why he is every year going to be in the conversation for the Hart Trophy. And I think that the thing that is really, really noticeable is that Connor Hellebuck is not Connor Hellebuck right now. And that's the problem. That is what has been responsible for so much of the Jets' success. So I want to see them get it together. Connor Hellebuck's got to go back, have a deep breath, and see if he can come back out and be the goalie he needs to be. But he's lucky he has good top lines and that the Jets have depth up top.
Yeah, I'll echo most of that and kind of add on to that. I wouldn't be surprised again if we go into the second period and it slows down a little bit. It also wouldn't surprise me if we go in this game in overtime and we don't see a goal for the next 45 minutes, but that's here nor there. Nobody cares about our sleep. That's fine. But other than that, like you're seeing, like, again, what Grace mentioned with McKinnon, like you're seeing why, like, he's the guy that he is. He's the guy that got paid for what he was worth too at the same time. Arguably, he could have been paid more, but we'll see what happens. And then on the Jets side of things, a little bit of nerves, maybe like as the Avalanche were kind of piling on a little bit here, but overall, you can kind of make an argument that both sides were maybe feeling a little bit nervous too as well. It's those game one jitters that we see all too often, and maybe we'll start to see some teams settling down here a little bit, and specifically, obviously these two teams here. We'll see if they can kind of settle down a little bit heading into the second period.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw both teams kind of take a breather and just say, okay, we've gotten that out of our system. It is the playoffs, but again, it's hockey at the end of the day. And we just got to go out there and play the way that we're capable of playing and just settle everything down. And I think you're going to see adjustments from both teams. Maybe the game slows down a little bit. Maybe both goaltenders start to find some rhythm. Or it's possible that we can just continue with the vibes and just continue this onslaught of goal scoring. And let's take a look at so far what we've seen in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We are into just day 2. Yesterday, as I mentioned before, Hurricanes with a 3-1 win over the New York Islanders. They take a 1-0 lead. And then Grace's Bruins, again, dominant 5-1 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Right from the opening puck drop last night, the Bruins came out and just put the onslaught on. They just absolutely destroyed it. So, Grace, I'll let you, because you are a Bruins fan, I'll let you kind of have the floor here. There's nothing to complain about.
I did the game last night, for God's sakes. This is
Kyle, Grace is new here.
Hey, Kyle, when the Flames
Kyle, you will get your turn.
When the Flames are in the playoffs, you can go first. Okay, so I will say it was...
you may need another beer after this one.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. I was losing my mind the whole time, but you're right. Straight from puck drop, you saw that it was the team that had been sort of missing these last couple of weeks for the Bruins, and it was, we just match up well against the Leafs at the end of the day. And I think that you saw a lot of the growth that a person like Brad Marchand has done in never giving in to a lot of what the Marie, don't say that.
Sorry.
Don't say
You're a Canes fan? Oh my. Grace, are you just like, is there some jumping between team to team that you're like not telling us or something?
No, I want to be very clear. Marie knows very well that I am a Hurricanes hater. I have to live with these fans every single day here in Chapel Hill.
I think she has to talk to the Surge Cast guys. I think we need.
Oh my God, yeah,
I think we need that.
Yeah,
I think that would be
absolutely.
I hope we get Bruins Canes. I actually hope we get that. So I want to see bloodshed. I want to see that.
Oh, I will be in rare form. But no, seeing the Bruins, I think you saw a lot of the Leafs just continuously get frustrated. And right when you thought they had opportunities to reset, they didn't do it. And I mean, I think that it was tough. It weighed on them. It clearly affected their mental state. I'm not going to say that I think the Leafs are kind of a mentally weak team, but I think the Leafs are kind of a mentally weak team. And I just think that it makes all the difference that I think the Bruins and what we said last year, we don't have the hubris, the overconfidence that we had last year. We've been through slumps in the season, and I think that is proving to be a major factor for us. Jeremy Swayman looked incredible. He was emotional after the game. And we saw the depth scoring. I mean, we saw Boquist get involved. Johnny Beecher scored 2 minutes off, also a Michigan grad. And so we saw a lot of things that, like, basically everything. And the biggest thing, the thing that we all knew was going to be the X factor, is can the Bruins get their power play working? Because it had not worked all season, and they did. Oh yeah, when Maroon, as Connor just said, when Maroon knocked Liljegren into the Bruins bench, stunning, beautiful, loved every minute of it. So I'm feeling great. It was so exciting. I was super nervous, and they completely exceeded all my expectations.
Hannah, I think you and I are going to be best friends, especially if we have the same love for Jesper Boquist.
Oh, come on.
I think we're going to be friends. But Kyle, like you mentioned, when you screamed and rant, you did do the game last night with Peter. From an outsider's perspective, I mean, I'm sure you could kind of agree with a lot of what Grace said about the Bruins. And I should mention really quickly, not a single one of the star players for the Bruins chipped in. I mean, you're talking about Beecher. You're talking about Jake DeBrusk with 2 goals. Frederick. Brandon freaking Carlo had a goal. I mean, this was a bottom 6 win for the Boston Bruins, and they destroyed Toronto in game 1.
It happened right off puck drop, or not even puck drop, to be honest. And like, Domi was just feeding on Marchand, but Marchand's the type of guy where he wants that to happen, right? He wants this kind of stuff. And, you know, I agree with Grace a little bit in the sense that, yeah, like the Leafs aren't really mentally tough. I just think they're dumbasses at the end of the day.
They did look like that. They kept taking trips to the box.
Just to call them mentally not tough or dumbasses.
They are. Just the stupid penalties that they were taking. I thought their approach to the game was ridiculous. The fact that they were going after you can see it too, like especially on Domi's side of things, right? And him going after Marchand a numerous amount of times, and the guy's just like, you know, the amount of times that it was after the whistle and they're doing these extra shoves and pushes, and it's like, okay, you're going to the bench, right? You're going to the box, whatever. And you know, the Bruins fell in love with that, right? And they said, okay, you want to keep doing that? Fine. Like, you know, you want to keep taking the stupid penalties. We'll just keep feeding off of it. And, you know, it could be a long series if this is the case for Toronto. And I thought they did have their chances, though, yesterday. I'll give them credit. I thought Matthews really should have put that one in the empty net, but that's here nor there. It's amazing, though, how it could have been. It could have been such a different story if that puck goes in, because we're talking a 2-1 game all of a sudden. And maybe it changed a little bit. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But you know, after that third goal goes in, like there's just no life in these guys. And, you know, it feels like a must win for this team in game 2.
Yeah,
for sure. I should mention again, David Camp, only goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Kyle, our boy Mitch Marner, had a total of 2 shots.
Yeah.
Just saying. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. about Mitch Marner needing to step up. That wasn't it. He was a ghost many parts of that game last night.
He was particularly bad last night.
He was getting
bodied around. Yeah.
Do you know who really surprised me in terms of performance? I felt, despite not putting up any points, John Tavares had 6 shots. Played actually a pretty good game overall.
He did.
He was good on the faceoff draw.
He was very good on the faceoff draw, but a good win for the Bruins, and we'll see if they can keep that up there going into game 2. I did see your jerseys, Danelle, and we talked about it at length. Granted, I know you didn't want to spend as much money as you did, but unfortunately, sometimes you kind of have to quote unquote pay the price for what you get, right? I mean, it's tough, especially with the outdoor jerseys. They're going to come hard to find, especially in the aftermath of it all. Really quickly, just want to go through some of the other scores from earlier today. Panthers 3-2 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning in honestly what I thought was a really good game. That series is going 7. In my personal opinion, that series is going 7. That's going to be one heck of a battle. And then the New York Rangers with a fairly dominant. I mean, the Capitals gave them a little bit of a scare, but nonetheless, Igor Shesterkin and the Rangers were good. Came away with a 4-1 win in that one. I felt the biggest bad thing for the Capitals was 0-for-4 in the power play. Had chances to get that game.
Early on, too. They had chances.
Early on in the first period. Didn't get it done. A lot of changes, though. Still a lot of time. Obviously, just game 1. Again, our score, we're about a minute or two away from the start of the second period. 3-3 between the Avalanche and the Jets. And it's only 1 period of play, everybody. And then later on tonight, we will be live here again. Ryan from Starcasting Remarks will be on the call for Predators Canucks. Game number 1. I am not sure yet if I'm going to stay up for that one. We will find out. So
I'll be
I don't know. What do we expect in this next 20 minutes of play, everybody?
More chaos, because that's what it should be.
Okay. Grace?
That's what I want.
I'd like to see a little bit cleaner play. As much as I love chaos, I think that cleaning up the passes and getting the chance to actually see which one of these teams can find that poise, can find that sense of calm, because clearly that's going to be what wins this game and maybe the series.
And you know what, guys? If you're a fan of chaos and you want to get in on the action of all the chaos, make sure you sign up with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the Hockey Podcast Network, and use promo code THPN. Bet $5 to get $200 instantly in risk-free bets. Again, using our promo code THPN. And as always, shout out to DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the Hockey Podcast Network. And remember, sports fans, make sure to bet responsibly.
Neil, you have to stay up apparently now for the Canucks game.
Okay, Connor, I'll stay up just for you. Just for you.
Just for
I also have the back massager
right?
in my hand, so don't judge. I have it in my hand.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like, my knee hurts.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my knee hurts. So
all right, old man.
I'll get my legs taped up and get ready for the second period here. I'm ready to go. I don't know what channel you guys are watching the game on, but I'm watching it through the ESPN broadcast. And John Buccigross has a A+ suit tonight, fully white suit from Bucci Maine, as they call him. Yeah, the Adidas shirt. Yeah, it was a lot of money. That was a lot of money. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
a lot of money.
A lot of money. But I don't know. It's gonna go with Fanatics, but here we go. It's the second period. It's just underway here. Again, 3-3 between the Avs and Jets here to start the second period, as a sharp angle try from Rantanen is fought off by Connor Hellebuyck. Shots 14 are now 15-8 in favor of the Colorado Avalanche here as we get underway. Hits were pretty even, 24-22. Mark Scheifele got a goal in the first period, his 20th career playoff goal. He now holds the franchise record for most career playoff goals. For a Jets team that, look, they've been in existence prior to this rendition of the Jets. So I think, and you consider some of the talent that the Jets have had over the years, I think it's pretty remarkable as we get a stoppage of play because Connor Hellebuck's mask has come off, and looks like he's okay now. He actually, on that sharp angle shot from Rantanen, got his mask.
His hair looks phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. As a shot there from the Jets just goes wide. Zach Parise tries to get it out of the zone. He cannot. Scheifele keeps it in for Winnipeg. Gets knocked down. Still fighting along here in the left corner. Looking for some help. Barry's being hounded. And now Nathan McKinnon chips it over the Rantanen, and that puck comes out of the zone. Zach Parise, who signed a PTO late in the season with Colorado. Should just mention that. It's very possible that this could be the last year for Zach Parise in the NHL. He's he's been in the league for quite some time. I think he's 38, 39 at this point. Yeah. There's Kyle Connor with a shot that's fought off by Georgiev. And, I think at this point, you kind of wonder, how many more cracks at it is he going to get? Another guy that I like to keep my eye on is Joe Pavelski with the Dallas Stars. As now a shot there from the Avs just goes wide. Speaking of Zach Parise, pretty good shot there. As now Toffoli gets it over to Ehlers, but it's just out of his reach, and Georgiev will cover it here. A little less than 2 minutes in. Couple of matchups again in the Western Conference. You have the Golden Knights against the Stars. That series will start up tomorrow. You have Avalanche Jets, our game here tonight. Predators Canucks, game 1 will be later on tonight. And the Kings and Oilers tomorrow as well. For the third year in a row, Kings Oilers.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened.
I won't be staying up for.
Is that the least interesting series of all of them?
Yes, because the Kings are going to get smoked.
That's fair enough, Grace.
It's funny though.
You know what?
Funny, though? But you know what? No. You know what's funny? When we did our when we jumped on Jimmy's show the other day, we had there was 6 of us or whatever. It was a debate on the fact that a lot of people had the Kings winning that series, and I'm like, are you crazy?
Okay.
I
think they're going to get swept. I think they will be swept, and that's not a joke.
I have gentlemen's sweep. I have the Oilers in 5.
I think Kyle, I think you and I both have Oilers in 5.
But it wouldn't surprise me if they get swept.
That would be interesting. There's Arturi Lehkonen, who is going to obviously have one of the biggest moments in Colorado Avalanche history, as 2 consecutive years in a row, he scored an overtime game-winning goal to send his team to the Stanley Cup Finals. 3 years ago, it was with the Montreal Canadiens, and then 2 years ago, it was the Colorado Avalanche. So Arturi Lehkonen knows what it means to come up with a big-time goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten paid more.
Very underrated player.
Right?
Very underrated playoff player. Because, in the regular season, he's okay. Not the best. But, when the playoffs come around, he finds a way to step up. For sure.
How do you think they showed on the scoreboard here? How do you think Mittelstadt's going to perform here in the playoffs? Because he's been pretty quiet ever since that trade.
I think he's just having trouble finding a role on this team. And it's hard when you get traded at the deadline and come to a team with championship aspirations. Even though he's not a top flight guy by any means, I think it's just hard for him to find a role at this moment. And he's still trying to adapt to a different system and style of play altogether.
I still think he's a really, from his junior days, I thought he's still a really good player. And it's unfortunate that he hasn't really breaking out at all, especially when he was playing in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
No question. Grace, any thoughts on Casey Mittelstadt?
I agree. I especially just think, because you think, I don't know, the Buffalo thing, I'm never keen to judge a player's talent based on when they're on a terrible team. The example I always use is Tyler Bertuzzi. Half the time he was down playing with the Grand Rapids Griffins, but also just when he was on the Red Wings. I went to a ton of Red Wings games when he was there. He was not that good. And then he sort of had a breakout with the Bruins and now on the Leafs. So I wasn't really sure what to expect Mittelstadt when he left. But I did expect to see them get a little more out of him. So I don't know. I'm hoping that, new season, maybe things can shake up a little bit, but you hope he can deliver in some meaningful way this playoffs.
Buffalo stole Owen Byram from Colorado, basically.
Yes, they did.
And he came right in, after being traded and started lighting it up. It was really impressive. As a drive there from 26 of the Avs goes just wide open on that left side. Puck is loose here. Avs still with it. Mittelstadt Over now to Devon Taves. He feeds it over, gets it now, and a shot from Nichushkin gets blocked, and that pass just wide. Middlestat was wide open on that other side. Nichushkin keeping it in, chips it over now to Middlestat. Back to Nichushkin. He takes a shot, and that's deflected just wide to the left side of Hellebuck. Good pressure here from this Avs line here is now Taves with a shot. That one's blocked, and that puck just goes wide right there of number 11. Jets got to get it out, and they just do there. As now the Avs looking to come right back in as the Jets try to desperately make a change here. But this is one of those examples, guys, we talk about. As that puck there, scramble in front, and another good couple of saves from Hellebuck, and now Nikolai Ehlers comes the other way. Ehlers chips it now, and that one's taken away by McCarr, bounces it off the boards, and gets it to his teammate and flip it into the left corner, where the Avs will get to it first. Wraps it around the boards to the right side. Nikolai Ehlers will get there first for Winnipeg, over to Scheifele, and then Scheifele backhands it just out of the reach. Good poke check there from Cale McCarr, and that puck goes back in behind the net where Georgiev will play it. And thank you.
You're getting a crumplin'. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. I'm in my zone right now. I apologize.
I know you are. That's okay.
I'm a little bit in the zone right now. It's now the Jets come in, staying on sides. Ehlers with a shot. That one gets blocked. Avs get to it first, and they'll calmly get it out. Here come the Avs. Might be a 2-on-1 coming in with a shot, and that one gets blocked to the left corner. Puck stays down, and a good hit there. Oh, and we got fisticuffs. We got both teams pushing and shoving here after the whistle. And Miles Wood and Brendan Dillon getting into it. Nikolai Ehlers in a chokehold with Ross Colton at this point. And I think cooler heads have prevailed.
Oh, Hellebuck just got a pad on that. I thought that was going 5-hole there. That was really close. Where was it? Oh, I just wanted to bring up because Danella asked Grace what your thoughts were on the Coyotes now heading over to Utah.
There's just so much pain here.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pain. We talked about it a lot on our most recent episode of our podcast. So if you listen to that, you'll get my full unabridged.
What was the podcast again?
All goals, no misses. Do you want me to explain the joke again too? But all goals, no misses.
I mean,
podcast. Just it was heartbreaking watching that final. I mean, when they did their farewell out on the ice, seeing people crying. I just can't imagine a team that I grew up with just not being there anymore, no matter what sport it is. So Definitely heart hurts for everybody in Arizona, and I'm hopeful that someday in the future we can see it grow, considering how many incredible things having the Coyotes there did, producing great players. So
yeah,
I would love the Coyotes come back, just not with Murillo.
Oh, absolutely. That's the
That's
unspoken thing there.
I was gonna say, did you see that press conference with Murillo and
it was pathetic. And then top it all off, Murillo doesn't even go to the last game.
That was unbelievable. And then he's like, I don't like the limelight. It's your last game of what you built.
You being an owner, bud. And then there was the report that the Coyotes fired their social media team, and Murillo's son was in charge of it for the last 2-3 weeks. I mean, it was crazy. I'm like, it just gets worse and worse the more stories that come out. And the thing that embodied every emotion for Coyotes fans was that one flag girl, that one cheerleader.
Yeah, that was the saddest part.
Bawling her eyes out because she's out of a job now.
Yeah,
that was basically it. For her, I mean, hopefully she finds another job. I hope nothing but the best for her. I just feel so bad for the Coyotes fans that have been there through everything.
Yeah.
And they do have fans. I know people like to joke a lot and say that they don't have fans. The reality is that they've never had good or consistent ownership throughout the entirety of them being in Arizona. So I just hope that it's not Murillo, because all it is it's just going to get worse before it gets better.
It can work. Not under Alex Murillo, though.
No.
Yeah.
That's the thing, right? You get and you also too, last thing before we get back to the game is that, you can also find your market, right? You can do that, especially where, you have a lot of retirees going there, especially from up north. A lot of people end up retiring in Arizona, right? Whether it be that, whether it be the stupid thing was they could have made that work for a short time at the university there in Mull Arena. You cater to those fans, right? So Sure. It just speaks volumes as to how poorly of a job he did. And then on the other side of it with that is that, was it just me or did you guys notice that social media team, ever since they got fired, all of a sudden with their son, like he really took over and he was really passionate about this team all of a sudden as soon as they were leaving.
There was some weird, I don't know. There was something
not
weird
a
going
normal Twitter account.
No.
It's like, this
And
is
I always,
the right
I always
way.
loved the Coyotes. People loved the Coyotes social media manager. Like their Twitter manager was uniquely funny, interactive, and it was very obvious when that switch happened.
Yeah, totally.
We got Isles all the way here. What's going on?
I wonder how Neil. I wonder how Kim's feeling from the Honors game the other day.
Look, I don't mean to be one, and I know it's game one. There's a lot of hockey left to play, but I just want to point out that once again, the Islanders' offense non-existent, and the only guy that scored was a late season call-up. Just pointing that out.
Right.
I know. Like, I don't think Varlamov played poorly. I
agree.
He's not. It's just the fact that the Islanders need offense, and they don't have it. Yeah, they have
Barzal.
They have Anders Lee. They have Brock Nelson. But you know what?
Horvat.
You need more. Why do you think Islander fans wanted Timo Meier, wanted Bo Horvat? And by the way, Bo Horvat not existent in game one, didn't show up at all. Like, why do you think they've been begging Lou Lamoriello to make a move for a big-time goal scorer? Because they don't have it.
Exactly.
They don't have it, and that's the problem.
Did you guys also hear about the Shane Doan's number found in the dumpster?
That was crazy too.
That's wild.
I was like, I'm sorry, what? They found it where?
Yep.
The guy is just like, oh yeah, here you go, by the way. And he's like,
yeah.
What?
It's like, and you know Shane Doan got to be like, wait, what? That's where it was?
Totally.
Like,
what?
Shout out, I don't know the guy, I think they said the dude's name, but shout out to the guy who found it. Like, shout out to that dude. Because that's awesome.
Dumpster of all things.
and I also want to give as an opportunity there for the Avs as that shot just goes wide. Connor Hellebuyck. We're at 4-on-4 right now with Miles Wood and Josh Morrissey in the box after a little bit of fisticuffs before the commercial break. So we're skating 4-on-4 for the next 20 seconds here. But I want to give a quick shout out to the former Coyote Corner people here at THPN who are now, I forgot their name, is now an opportunity.
Salty Ice Insiders, I think is what it is.
Yes. I feel bad for them because I really did enjoy their Coyotes content. They did a great job. And I know it was really hard for them in terms of trying to figure out what they're going to do moving forward. And I'm happy that they're still a part of the network, even though they're going to be covering now the Utah team. But nonetheless, like, really appreciate that. I know they're fairly new as well to the network. But nonetheless, just wanted to give them a shout. Also, I want to give a shout out to some OGs, Corey and Sporty Podcast as well. I know that, again, it wasn't easy for them to deal with the fact that their team is moving on. I've seen a lot of videos of Coyotes fans saying, like, my team is gone and this feels awful. And, I really feel for that fan base because I would feel the same way if, like Grace mentioned, if any of our teams moved, it would be a devastating feeling regardless of the situation.
Yeah.
If the Leafs move, I'd be okay with that.
Kyle, you're not a Leafs fan.
Yeah, but I'm from.
What if Calgary moved again?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay, fair enough. As Devon Taves over to the right side, shot there. I don't know where it ended up. I think it ended. Oh my, that must have hurt. Ross Colton actually ended up making that save. Great save by Ross Colton on that shot. This is why the NHL playoff format sucks. They need to go back to 1v8. It was the better format. Do you agree with me, Neil, Grace, and Kyle? I know you already agree with me. Yeah, I would prefer to go back to 1-8.
I complain about it all the time on our podcast.
I think we all do.
I'm pretty sure every episode I've brought it up. It's a recurring theme how much I want to go back to the 1-8.
If you want an example,
the Metro was the example this season. The fact that the Canes are getting to play the Islanders versus the Cats having to play the Lightning Like, that's not where that should be. The Lightning obviously would have come out at 5.
I agree.
5 overall.
Yep.
Like, that is such a significant difference. And either the Kings or the Rangers do not get through their series, they have wasted what should be a walk in the park and hopefully one of the last years of this division.
And also, I'll give you another example. Kings Oilers for the 3rd consecutive season.
I know.
That shouldn't happen. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, it just shouldn't
almost
happen.
wasn't. It almost
wasn't.
The Knights.
It almost wasn't. But, it was. And it was a thing. And we have to deal with it. That's where we're at. So that's all I got to say about that. Grace predicted a Canucks Bruins final.
Oh, no, NHL 24. NHL 24.
Oh, NHL 24.
Yeah, nice. I saw that. I also saw the Marbles predicted that too. They put
the marbles. I love the marbles.
Oh, I posted it on my Twitter. But
Recently?
The marbles. Yeah.
I love the marbles. I want to go see it.
Guys.
It's weird.
Kyle.
Why?
Go back to my phone. Not my fault. I'm still on it. So nobody judge me as the show goes on. Also, did you notice Connor Hellebuck on the bottom of his mask's got like a wolf?
2-on-1.
He's got a wolf.
I don't know.
Face off here in the right zone. I'm behind Kyle, obviously.
Yeah.
One here by Colorado. Gets it top of the point. That shot gets blocked. That puck's chipped over. And now the Jets might have a 2-on-1. Here they come. 2-on-1 opportunity with a shot. He scores! It's Nikolai Ehlers burying it past Alexander Georgiev, and the Jets have the lead back. It's 4-3 Winnipeg.
Did you know too, Grace? I think
Grace said yeah. Once I heard the word yeah, I'm like, there's a goal coming.
It was like 15 or 20 seconds afterwards.
And we're just like, oh.
I'm just not doing my job tonight, am I?
It's not your fault. It's the computer. It's the game.
It's life. Life gets in the way, but it's okay. Also, I just realized that's actually Adam Lowry, the captain, with the goal there. I misspoke. Adam Lowry with the goal there. That makes it 4-3 Jets. As I was going to say before, guys, it's been a while since we had a goal.
Yeah.
There you go. 7th goal of the night. 4-3. Adam Lowry, his 10th career playoff goal. He has 4 goals in his last 5 games. He scored 4 goals in the last 5 games last time the Jets were in the postseason. So the captain finding a way here as a scramble in front. Puck gets top of the point, and now here come the Avalanche the other way. As McKinnon now holding up, waiting for reinforcements, still with the puck. He chips it over now with a shot. Scramble in front that gets blocked. Another opportunity also gets blocked. Pump comes out in front. Another try there. That gets blocked. Jets looking to come the other way, but Tyler Toffoli is too slow, and it's taken away by Colorado. Yeah, that was nearly a 2-on-1 for Winnipeg as the block shots, 9-6 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Here's we've just reached the halfway point of our game. Shots 22-10 in favor of the Avalanche, but the Winnipeg Jets have the lead. So really, for the Jets, it's not about the quantity, it's the quality of shots.
4 goals on 10 shots.
It's the quality of the goaltender, too.
Quality.
Yes, exactly.
Quality needs to be added in some degree.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
The goal horse sells something like a choo-choo-tree. I know, right?
I mean, it basically is. It's just like a diesel horn at this point.
A little bit. It sounds depressing. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that loud. I heard it's also not that loud even in Winnipeg as well. Like it's like there, but it's not.
Right.
You know how some goal horns are like very blaring and you can clearly hear it and feel it? Like I heard in Winnipeg, it's not that we have a little fisticuffs between the benches there. As now the Avalanche dumping in shots. By the way, that goal by Adam Lowry, just the second shot of the period for Winnipeg. Shots 10-2 in this period in favor of the Avalanche as they come back in here. Toe drag, and that one gets blocked, but the Avs keep it in. Manson gets around, puck feed in front there, and it's intercepted by the Jets, and they'll look to come the other way as Kyle Connor will backhand it back into the Avalanche zone with 8:40 to go in this second period. As that puck goes all the way back down, that'll be a nice thing against the Avalanche. Josh Manson, 13 shifts tonight. He has 5 shots. Josh Manson has 5 shots of his own. So
he's good. He's good. I like him. He's good.
Where did the Avs get? They got him at a deadline last year.
Yeah, he
Anaheim?
Was, I think Anaheim.
It was Anaheim, right? Yeah, I think it was Anaheim.
I think. At what point, I brought it up with Connor's comment here. Like, at what point do you pull Georgiev here? Like, 5th goal, 6th goal? Like, what are we talking?
If it gets to 6-3, yes.
You think 6? I honestly might after 5.
I was going to say 5.
It's just because, like, the game is still, like, not over, even if it's 5-3. But the way this game's going, 5, as you know, a 2-goal lead doesn't seem that big of an, hill to climb.
Yeah.
Who's their backup?
Is it Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen?
Nope, that's Buffalo Sabres.
No, he's still in Buffalo, right? Yeah, no. Who is that one goal? They had another long-name goaltender.
Is it It's
Is it Luosterainen?
No, that's that's a forward in Florida.
I know. I'm so bad tonight. I'm
wake up.
I'm almost done with my wine, Kyle, so I may not be.
I
that's okay.
I wish Lauren were here. Lauren would know. She's the queen of
Colorado.
Luinen?
Colorado.
Who? Oh, Anunen.
Anunen, that's it. I knew it was something with the EN at the end.
Yeah, Anunen.
Anunen.
Well, when you said Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, I was like, no, but it's kind of close to that.
I was close. I mean, Unanen, yeah. So, I mean, I guarantee you this would be the first action he's ever seen in the playoffs if he gets in. I'm pretty sure of that.
Say that 10 times fast.
No, I'm good. I don't feel like it.
Okay, good.
I just don't feel like it. I could, but I don't feel like it.
I can prove you wrong, but I
don't feel like it.
Oh my goodness.
I was just checking for fun as we go, like, not just the Stanley Cup playoffs, we also have the NBA playoffs, which nobody watches. I mean, let's call it like it is. There's a lot of blowouts so far through the first. I mean, a lot of blowouts. I think the Celtics blew out whoever they played.
The Heat came back a little bit at the end, made it interesting, but
that series is going 4.
I agree, but that's because I'm a Celtics fan.
We have look. I could make it really simple because there won't be any unpredictability in the NBA. We are getting Celtics Nuggets, and the Celtics will win in 6, and we move on with our lives. That's what's going to happen.
Right. I hope you're wrong, so we can clip this.
I hope you're right.
Go ahead, make my day.
I
will give you one team in the East that has a fighting chance against them, and that is the Knicks.
Orlando Magic.
Stop.
The Magic. We are not good against the Magic anyway.
No.
There we go.
Can I get Orlando Magic against? Oh, who would be funny out of the West? Like who would be really funny?
The Timberwolves.
The Lakers.
No, the Clippers. Throw the Clippers in there.
No, Clippers Magic NBA Finals. People would watch it.
Give Russell Westbrook his ring. Just give it to him. I love it. I love it. His wing.
His wing.
He did a really nice alley-oop from James Harden earlier today. I will say, if y'all have not looked it up, great play.
As a Nets fan, I just
not the Nets.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Well, no, you shouldn't feel sorry for me. We're the reason that you have a good team.
Oh,
that's not an insult, Kyle. That's not. That's really not. I'm being honest. Do me a favor. Go back and look up the trade that the Nets got Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, and you tell me what the Celtics ended up getting for it.
Wasn't that like 10 years ago?
Yeah. You know who the 2 star players are? You know what they got in that trade? They got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Well, they eventually, yes. The picks that became.
Need I say more? I'm sorry. Need I say more? Anyway, back to hockey.
Back to the game.
Right, it's the hockey.
7:30 to go in the second period. 4-3 Winnipeg here. As Adam Lowry, the most recent goal that gave the Jets the lead here, is now an opportunity. As that turnaround shot by Monahan just goes wide. It caught Georgiev by surprise, but luckily it went wide. The net shots 24-11. Colorado, yet they're down by a goal.
Makes me sad as a Flames fan watching Monahan into Foley.
Makes me sad as a Devils fan to watch Toffoli and Colin Miller.
Yeah, well, we had him first, okay?
Yeah, well, you have Sharon Govich, so cry me a river.
Oh, thanks.
Like, honestly, I don't get anything. I get 2 second-round picks that are not going to mean anything.
Okay, fair enough.
You think I'm happy?
How
do you think I feel that Pavel Zacha is, like, really good with the Bruins?
That is our 1C.
Yes, you can.
Like, honestly.
That kind of came out of nowhere with Zacha playing really well.
Ooh, I wasn't worried. It didn't come out of nowhere. It didn't come out of nowhere.
And I loved Eric Holla too.
Big penalty.
Eric Holla is one of the most likable people if you're not from Carolina.
True.
Big penalty.
I may live here, but I am not.
And as Kyle mentioned, we do have a penalty coming up here against the Colorado Avalanche. It looks like it might be Sean Walker. So the first power play of the night. We did have a penalty earlier, but that was, coincidental minor penalties against both teams. But now we have our first legitimate power play here, and the Jets will be the ones who are on the offensive with it, as they have a chance here to try to double the lead. Something that neither team has been able to do when they've had a lead is, just incidental. Sean Walker got his stick in the skates of Scheifele, knocked him down. And so now, with 6:08 to go in the second, we'll see what the Jets can do here on their first crack at the power play.
You get watch Hughes in the playoffs. That's nice.
Go Bull, also a Michigan grad.
Connor, people
okay.
No, Luke. Quinn is, but Jack did not go to Michigan. He was too good.
Luke did.
Jack in college would have been unfair.
I can't believe he didn't. How did he not?
How many Michigan grads are there? Like, we're gonna bring up
so many. And believe it or not, the funny thing is, right now there are currently 3 captains of the league that went to Michigan and 1 alternate captain.
I really hate Michigan.
Go Canada.
It's a shot there from the Jets. That's fought off by Georgiev. Jets with a good power play so far. Nikolai Ehlers top of the point. Takes a wrist shot that gets blocked. Now Nemeskov feeds it in front, and that's deflected just wide from Toffoli. He gets it back. Top of the point now to Pionk. That's intercepted. Can the Jets keep it in? They can. Nemestikov in the right corner. Tries to get around a defender here. He's being hounded. Gets some support from Ehlers. He gets it top of the point now. Ehlers now walks the line. Still with it. Gets around a defender. Still with the puck behind the net. Goes around, still with it now. Ehlers still having the puck. Feeds it front. Backhand try is fought off by Georgiev. Puck behind the net. Avs get to it and no clear with 45 seconds to go on the Avs minor penalty.
Do you trust any of these teams if they match up with Dallas in the second round?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Whoa.
I like Winnipeg's chances.
Really?
It's game 1, but I like their chances.
Why?
Because of the offense. If it's like this. And Jake Ottinger finished the year not great.
That's true.
Fair.
And also, again, Dallas better win this series because they're pissed off about losing last year and getting embarrassed by Vegas.
I think they're pissed off that they have Vegas in the first round.
To be fair, I'd be pissed off.
I would have been hoping
we all know Mark Stone's playing. Yeah, true.
That's true. Morrissey with a drive. Rebound try just goes wide. I don't know how Adam Lowry didn't get that. Oh, the puck was standing right there. And he missed it. 3 shots on that power play from the Jets, but they could not capitalize. And it remains 4-3 Winnipeg with 3:52 to go in this second period. That was a big kill from the Colorado Avalanche there.
That's what I mean. No, I'm just saying, because you see the shots on goal here, and you potted 4 goals. Are you going to see that from a guy like Jake Ottinger if they match up with them in the second round, unless Vegas does something magical?
Well, it depends on how that first round series against Vegas goes.
Sure.
That's, and great. There's a lot of time between now and then. That's the way.
If you want to watch that tomorrow night, we'll be live at 9:30 Eastern, I believe, here on the THP channel.
9:30. Oh God, if you
live
on
the
East Coast, well, if you're still 9:30, Kyle, that's a bit rough.
I've done some Flames games. I've done Flames games this year at 9:30.
That's true, and I give you credit for doing that, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pretty sad, but thank you.
That's not sad. As now the Jets turnover here, feeds it in front and just off the stick as it looks like Alfalo nearly got that one. As now Mikko Rantanen tries to get around. He throws a shot, but it gets deflected wide of the stick. Brendan Dillon trying to get it out. He cannot. Ross Colton now with the puck. Colton feeds it in front. Nobody home. As now Nikolai Ehlers gets it calmly for the Jets with 2:35 and ticking to go in the second period. Ehlers chipped it now over to Monahan. Ehlers gets knocked down. Fans want a penalty. They say play on. That shot gets deflected. Got blocked, actually. And now here come the Avs the other way. Miles Wood up the center of the ice. Drops it now to Kiviranta with a shot that gets blocked. And now here come the Jets the other way. Jets may have numbers. Toffoli up the left boards with space. Toffoli tries to feed it in front of Monahan. Couldn't get it to him. Toffoli regains it. He tries to make a pass over, gets to the right corner of Monahan. He feeds it in front of a great pad save from Georgiev, and he'll cover his Kyle Connor on the back door. Try to sneak one past the goaltender, but he makes the save with 2:03 to go in this second period. Still 4-3 Winnipeg here in this game one.
What a save. What a way to bounce back, though, for Georgiev, eh? That's an incredible
I think both
save.
goaltenders have been better in the second period. Despite the one goal, it's been way better than that first period, whatever the hell that was.
I love it.
You just get the Dwayne Wade meme.
I love it. I forgot about that.
There's so many I love it memes that you could just like insert.
I swear to God, if I get one more goddamn email, I'm gonna flip my lid. I'm sorry.
Okay, Kyle's going off
Sunday night.
His walker.
Go away.
Kyle's gonna yell in 3.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I don't normally do that, okay? I don't
That's
yell.
fair. That's fair. We were talking about the University of Michigan, so kind of sticking with that a little bit, college hockey. There's a name out there right now in college hockey that might be an NHL head coach by next season. That's David Carl, head coach of the University of Denver, has won 2 of the last 3 national championships, just won it this year. I mean, is it time for David Carl to make his way to being an NHL head coach? Or do you think he's better off staying at a powerhouse with what he's built at the University of Denver? Either one.
Well, I was just going to say, I think you kind of see it sometimes in football a little bit. I know it's different sports, yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. I just see that if you're that good at the college level, like how many coaches really translate from that level over to the NHL? Not a lot, right? So
Montgomery, noted coaching alumni from Denver.
Okay, Bruins fan. Anyway.
She's going to plug Bruins stuff when she gets the opportunity, Kyle. Like, I'm just saying.
I know. But like outside of him, I just think don't fix when he broke kind of thing, right? If you know you're good at your job and you know what you're doing, why would you and listen, I don't blame him if he wants to come up into the NHL and decide to coach, like good on him, right? Like, of course, if that's a big dream of his, but if you're already succeeding so well there, it's like, why would you risk that?
More money?
Yeah. Possibly, yeah. I mean, it is all about the money.
An NHL head coach.
Yep. It's about the money at the end of the day too, right?
Yep. I mean, it's somebody that I know that from a New Jersey Devils perspective, it's somebody that people have talked about as a guy that maybe could be a candidate for head coach, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if he gets any sort of interviews after, and he's had a ton of success. He had a lot of success in the World Junior Championships this past year with Team USA. So, I mean, he's excelled at the junior level. He's excelled at the college level. Really kind of curious to see if he gets more of a look, because we have 1 minute to go here in this second period. We'll see if either team can get something here before the buzzer sounds, as now that puck feeds it over. That gets blocked. Jets trying to get it out. They will, as now the Avs will settle here as Cale Makar gets around Monahan. Makar with some moves, waits. He's still with it now. He takes a shot, and that one may have gotten a Hellebuck, but nonetheless goes to the left corner. Now gets it back at the point to now over to McKinnon. McKinnon with a shot that gets blocked. Puck is loose in the slot. Dylan tries to get it out. He cannot. Avs keeping it in with 27 seconds to go. McKinnon stops on a dime. Feeds it in the slot there to Parise. It gets blocked. McKinnon retains the puck, but the Jets intercepted. They'll backhand it out of the zone with 15 seconds to go. We get an offsides call here against the Avs. What's going on, Sal? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And
Grace is gone.
We lost Grace for a moment. Stand by.
That's okay.
But if you are new here again, make sure to leave a like on the stream. Also subscribe as well and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we go live here. Especially
You good?
Grace is back.
My internet went out. I don't know what happened. Blame my.
Kyle's the only one so far who has had absolutely no interference whatsoever.
Nice.
Kyle came ready for the Stanley Cup playoffs. He is ready to go.
I was ready yesterday. What are you talking about? I was ready.
Okay, sorry, you did a game yesterday. I apologize.
It was a bullcrap game.
It was 5-1. This is a better game.
I know it's
way better.
I was just upset that it was that much of a blowout. I wasn't happy about that.
I wasn't upset.
Nobody asked, Grace.
Jesus. Kyle, you just hired Grace. What is going on?
Yeah, what do you? Come on.
I could fire pretty quick too.
Kyle could fire me right now, and it would be a done deal. Like I'm just saying, he can fire me if I feel like it. If he feels like it.
Can we promise you guys
final couple of seconds here?
Do Devils Bruins make sure next year too when the season comes
Oh
around.
God,
that'll be fire.
Yeah. That'll be great. Yeah, when the Devils get blown out again, because that's what they do when they play the Bruins. But that'll do it for the second period of play. Jets are 37-1-1 after leading after 2 periods. That is a .949 win percentage. What's going on, Andrew H? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you very much. We're at the end of the second period. 1 goal, shockingly. This 1 goal came from Adam Lowry, and the Jets have a 4-3 lead after 40 minutes of play. Really quickly, Grace, we'll start with you. Your thoughts after that second period of play?
Still a little messy at times, but I think that settled down a little bit. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting a little more nervous about this goalie battle. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see, but hopefully the Avs can make it a closer game on the way back, but who knows?
They've been pressuring late. Like, they've been pressuring really good late. And I don't know who brought it up, Makar, like, later on. He's been pretty quiet for the most part tonight. His name.
They got to get him involved.
Exactly. He has to really
get involved somehow. Yeah, for sure.
He's got to be involved. And, there just has to be a little bit more urgency for the Avalanche coming into the third period here, because you can't fall behind early, especially in the playoffs. You just can't, right? You see these comebacks all the time. But, luckily, it's only 1 goal. It's not the end of the world. It should be an exciting third period as, obviously it slowed down a little bit. Not surprised about that, but need to see some urgency out of the Avalanche here in the third period.
No question. We'll talk about that second period and a lot more in our second intermission. But before we get to that, we're going to step aside for another moment to get another word from our sponsors. welcome everybody here to our second intermission report of our game 1 of this Western Conference first round matchup between the Colorado Avalanche and the Winnipeg Jets. Our lovely Grace, along with Kyle Manifold, again, myself, Neil Villapiano. And after 2 periods of play, not as much scoring, but we did get a goal courtesy of Adam Lowry. That gives the Winnipeg Jets a somewhat surprising 4-3 lead despite being outshot by a lot. So the hometown Winnipeg Jets have the lead after 20. Again, 37-1-1 are the Winnipeg Jets after leading after 2 periods of play. So again, I'll ask really quickly, we'll start with Grace, your thoughts again after 40 minutes of play between these two teams.
I think that obviously we saw a little bit of the settling down, but I feel like I'm watching the Bruins game with how few shots Winnipeg is taking, which I think that this is a goalie that you want to test early on. And you want, early in the series, early in the game would have been nice, but they didn't really, because that is sort of the advantage that they have is as the Jets having the weaker goalie on their side. And I think that also, I've seen a lot, the Jets, I don't know what the exact stats are on hits, but at least the hits I've seen and been paying attention to, Jets have bigger hits. I think that they could potentially be up by more if they peppered Georgiev, and I love Adam Lowry and continue to get him involved. Huge net front presence. And I think that there's a lot to like about the way they're playing, but they have to continue to take shots. And the Avs, I don't know, they look cleaner. They look like they're making the passes they have to make. I would not be surprised if we saw another goal at least and went to an overtime or 2.
I was trying to look for the stats hits. I was
Yeah, I don't know what
actually doing.
I was trying to find it.
I was doing the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea what it was. Yeah, I mean, it's again, like I mentioned it before, got to see a little bit of urgency here. Little bit of pushing back and forth here a little bit too, like around the bench areas. You just got to be careful because sometimes you don't know what the refs are going to call, and you don't know, if they're going to call it or they're not going to call it, right? So, and you can kind of see like Makar's talking about it with the ref here at the end of the period. So, just curious to see, how lenient these refs are. Did you happen to get it? Or something?
It's 42-41 in favor of the Avs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's pretty much even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's, I think Hellebuck's going to be tested here in this third period because I wouldn't be surprised, especially if Bednar just rolls out these this top 6 line and rolls out Makar, and they're just trying to push these guys a little bit more, right? Because, this is your driving force, right, for this team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get a lot of minutes here in the third period. It's
been a good game. I think there's the best way to put it. I mean, obviously Florida versus Tampa was a good game, back and forth. It was 3-2, ended up being 3-2. Rangers, Capitals, just a little bit more, just mostly the New York Rangers. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate all the comments. My ego is.
I know. I gotta go through it because I feel like we've been very quiet with that tonight. I love the fact that you do like the snapping like right before.
Been doing it for a couple of years now. I've kind of been able to.
Andrew's checking out later, dude. Good seeing you again.
Later, my guy.
Oh yeah, and don't we do this rock on thing at the end. By the way, Grace, you'll see. Yeah, you'll see it.
You'll figure it out very quickly when it's time. What's going on, my friend? Good morning. I hope everyone's having a great night. Go Jets, go! Decent matchup so far. James, I'm presuming.
It looks like it.
Looks like
James, saying that right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it is a good game. Especially if you're not a fan of either team.
Yeah,
it's been fun, right? Other than that,
all 3 of us.
If you're an Avs or Jets fan, you're probably stressing beyond belief. It's been a good one. It's been a good one so far, and I don't think we're done with the scoring, guys. I don't think it's done.
Okay, I got a question. So, can you ever think back, for our teams, maybe probably in the playoffs, because that's probably your most stressful moments? Can you ever recall a moment of or a period of time throughout a play where it was so stressful that you can just think of right away?
Yes.
Like a play?
The last.
Well, or a duration. You know what I mean?
The last maybe 2 minutes of Game 7 against the Florida Panthers last year.
Oh yeah, overtime. Yeah.
When it went, well, I was thinking the last 2 minutes before it went into overtime. And then the
Because you were
overtime.
leading. Because you were leading.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, we were. Yes.
Sorry.
Still fresh.
I didn't bring it up this time. Kyle did. I didn't bring up anything.
Oops. What about you, Neil?
I guess recently, if I'm being honest, was probably going into overtime of Game 3 against the Rangers when the Devils were down 2-0, knowing that if they lost, you're going down 3-0. And then, Dougie Hamilton scoring the game winner, getting the Devils back in. Funny enough, I was broadcasting that game from Greenfield, Massachusetts. I was at a family friend's house. And that was a fun one. Kyle's ears blew out. If you go back to when I announced the game winning,
I remember that.
Watch it. He had to take his earbuds out. He's like, my ears. Like it
that
was.
Hurt. I remember that.
Yeah, it was, I think that was the first experience for you in terms of like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Because the first 2 games, if you remember, games 1 and 2 of that series were blowouts. Like it was strictly the Rangers dominated. That was probably that. The other one I would say was, here's a good one. Golden Knights Sharks, Game 7, 2019.
I remember that.
2019. Sharks were down 3-1, came back, forced Game 7, went down 3-0 in Game 7, and then Joe Pavelski gets hurt, and then you had this like miracle upon miracles where it was
a 5-minute power play.
It was a 5-minute power play in which they scored the Sharks scored 4 goals, but that wasn't even the best part. The Golden Knights then tie it, force overtime, and then Barclay Goodrow, of all people in double overtime, scores the game winner. It was awesome.
He had a great game. Great game yesterday. Earlier today.
Yeah, he did. He did have
a really good. I think did he score a goal or he had 2 assists? I think he scored a goal.
No, he didn't score a goal. I think he had 2 assists, but Matt Rempe scored.
I was going to say, who scored the first goal for the Rangers tonight? Matt Rempe, which I hate beyond belief.
Yeah,
so does Curtis McDermott.
I am not a fan of Matt Rempe at all.
Because he bullied Curtis McDermott.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No, he hurt. He single-handedly hurt Nate Bastian and then Jonas Siegenthaler. He has played a total of 4 minutes and 15 seconds against the Devils this season. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. But I will say, the full line brawl 2 weeks ago.
Sensational.
Was amazing.
Electric.
Sensational.
It was dumb as hell, but it was amazing at the same time.
Electric, yeah.
Also, Ryan's checking in as well, too.
What's up, Ryan? See you, buddy.
I just want to say thank you again for doing tonight's live stream. I really appreciate it.
God bless you.
Yes, thank you.
He lives in Dallas, right? I forgot. He lives in Dallas.
Yeah.
So it's so for him, it's like 9 o'clock start time, right?
No, they're only an hour back, I think, from me.
I think it's 9:30 tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock tonight for the Canucks game. Yeah.
Oh, really? It's same time zone. Okay, interesting.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It's all same time zone. Yeah. Well, Eastern time.
Fire people, but he forgets to put up Jesus Christ.
I know.
You don't put a. Well, this is a different scoreboard. This is not Flash Score that we're using. Shout out to Yahoo, by the way.
We love Yahoo
tonight because we did it. We first test drived this Devils Leafs. I think was the first game we.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, I found it. And I was like,
it came out really well.
Yeah,
and I liked it. See you tonight.
Yeah, and again tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern, we'll have another live stream going on tonight for the Canucks and Predators.
Oh, is this Connor?
Tomorrow... Well, no. That's he's saying hi to Connor.
Oh, he's saying hi to Connor. My bad.
Yeah. See, yeah. So they're gonna do for scheduling this week. Again, we're gonna be live every night this week. We have Canucks Predators later tonight. Stars and Golden Knights at 9:30 tomorrow. I'm probably going to do Leafs Bruins tomorrow night. I don't know what you got. I know you got finals or something, Grace, and then
I don't know what you're doing. I don't have my finals. Not.
I really don't have an excuse.
Wednesday. I might be able to do it. I don't know. I might.
Okay, well, Grace has the excuse. Neil, if you don't have an excuse,
I don't have an excuse.
Is he
Kyle's going to text me tomorrow, and then I'll just be like,
"You're coming."
A little tired.
So
also,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so we're going to do that game tomorrow night. We got Stars and Golden Knights tomorrow night. And then kind of looking ahead a little bit, we'll have Lightning Panthers game 2. That'll be on Tuesday night. And then we'll obviously have game 3 for the Bruins and Leafs and lots more. So there you go.
Kyle, just so you're aware, on the schedule, you and I are doing Lightning Panthers game 2 tomorrow.
Is that? No, today's the 21st. That's the 23rd.
The 22nd.
Yeah.
No, you have it on the 20. Oh, wait. No, I can't read.
No.
Grace can't do math and I can't read. Kyle, what can't you do?
It's the 23rd is when the Lightning and the Panthers play game 2.
I know. I'm saying I can't read.
Yeah, okay.
I'm acknowledging that I'm wrong. I'm saying I can't read.
Okay. Oh, my gosh. Anyway. So
it's getting late.
Grace,
it's getting late here on the East Coast. I say I'm not going to stay up for Predators Canucks, but I'm probably going to.
I'm going to stay up, yeah.
Connor, you're going to stay. Oh, jeez.
Connor's in here. Connor, I will interact in the chat.
Okay.
I will not jump on with Ryan. I will let him do his thing. I will just
chill. Yeah, it's that's going to be late.
But Connor, I promise you that Dylan will do some Canucks games.
Dylan did confirm today that he will be doing Friday game 3 because he's actually going to game 1 and he's actually going to game 1 later tonight.
Oh, wow.
Bastard.
Lucky. Yeah, I was about to say lucky bastard. That's sick. I love that.
I would go to a Leaf game, but they're $500 and
Kyle.
I won't.
So here's a good let's have some fun here. We got some time. Take a guess. What is the cheapest ticket for game 1, Avs Winnipeg? Grace, what do you think is the cheapest ticket tonight?
Oh, how much is it?
How much do you think the cheapest ticket is right now?
In Canadian
dollars? Oh, guys, I
mean, I don't know. I saw American dollar.
So okay, well then I'm going to guess in American dollars. I'll say cheapest for tonight, $280.
Ooh. Cheapest. I was going to say $250.
You both are so very wrong.
What is it?
120.
Wow.
120.
I could fly to Winnipeg.
Oh, here we go.
Go to the game, stay the night, fly home the next morning, and it'd still be cheaper than going to a Leaf game.
That's true.
That's sad.
Here's a fun story. Like a year and a half ago, I went to a Leafs Canadiens preseason game.
Wait, what?
Yeah, okay, let me explain. I also went to go see Aaron Judge hit home run number 61, which tied the record for most home runs in a season. Also, the Yankees clinched the division that year. Didn't do anything in the playoffs, but just thought I'd mention that.
Get to the point.
The point is that I went down the road to see the Leafs play the Habs in a preseason game.
Okay.
They were also honoring the 72 Summit Series team. That was really cool. That was a really cool thing that they did. It cost a good $100.
Yeah, that's sad.
I'm going to just say this up front to every Leafs fan. Why? Why do you do that?
It's because 80% of them are all businessmen. They don't you're not.
So they're all, and that's why it's quiet at
right. Oh
Leafs
yeah,
games.
I can vouch for it.
What's not quiet is the Winnipeg Jets fans as they are underway here in the third period of our game. Again, Avs Jets game 1 of this Western Conference first round. Jets on a 4-3 lead going into this third period thanks to a late goal in the second from the captain Adam Lowry. As now the puck is in the Winnipeg zone. Here come the Avs the other way. McKinnon with speed gets around with a shot and he hit the post. Rebound. Troy also hit the post. Oh, back irons there. And that puck goes all the way down for an icing. Just 36 seconds and Nathan McKinnon undressed basically the entire Jets team and still got denied by the post.
That tells you how good Nathan McKinnon is, does it not?
It's unreal how fast he is.
He's got
it's
14
unreal.
career goals against Hellebuck. 14 career goals.
Here is the greatest stat I've ever seen. Nathan MacKinnon, 717 bursts in the NHL this season. I don't know what that means.
What?
They're making up
better.
stats.
They are making that up.
Kyle, this is better than Connor McDavid, who only had 457
bursts.
I don't get what that means.
How do you record that stat? Like when you just start skating? Like I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know. I've lost all understanding of that. As the Avs with the puck here, Nichushkin over now to Middlestad lost the puck. Nichushkin keeps it in. Right now, Avs about 20 seconds in the offensive zone. Lehkonen just out of the reach of Nichushkin there, but he regains the puck. Nichushkin gets it over now to Manson. Now a shot there just goes wide. Puck comes out in front, but the Jets get to it and they'll backhand it out here. Just about 90 seconds into this third period. Does anyone else besides me think if the Jets score and make it 5-3, that maybe that's going to put the game out of reach with the way the game's been at this point?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Why not?
A couple reasons. One being, I think it's easy once you're up to get lazy, and we already saw what happened when they were lazy in the first period, and that could easily push the Avs forward. The other thing is that I don't ever count out the Avs. I think they had the experience and the poise to stay in it even down to, especially if it happens in the next couple minutes and leaves a big enough gap. I mean, we saw 6 goals scored in the
laughing.
Lauren in the chat.
Sorry.
I'm just used to Bruins hockey where you can never count out the other team, which is true. In the third period, I do not trust the Bruins, but I do think that the Avs could have that in them.
Isn't she supposed to be studying too? What's going on here?
I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, she's the one who says she has to be studying.
To update, thank you so much, my friend. Hit stats 41-39 Avs. Now, so I guess it was updated. It was updated. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
I've also I wanted to bring up Connor's little stat here for tickets because I also hear from Dylan it's pricey. I hear from Dylan that it's pretty pricey.
What is a black seat?
I think it's like lower bowl ice level. I don't know.
Lower bowl.
Well, I was at the Canucks game earlier on this year.
What does that mean?
Like back in November. Yeah, I think it's definitely like lower half, lower bowl. I could be wrong though.
Fair enough.
I'm sure.
Opportunity here for the Jets. Don't score somehow. Adam Lowry hit both posts and didn't score. Icing against the Jets. How in the hell did he miss that? Oh, wait, is it a goal? Oh, no, they're calling it. It is a goal.
Yeah.
Adam Lowry just got the goal, his second of the game. And I think it's 5.
No, it's no goal. That puck never crossed the line.
Well, I got to see it again here on the overhead cam. It net. Yeah. Oh, no, it didn't. I think that puck did cross the line. I'm telling you.
No,
I think
it did.
I think it did.
I think you got to look at this.
I
think you got to look at this. Okay.
Oh, I saw white space. It's in the net.
I think that's in. Shut up, Dave Jackson. Nobody asked you.
I'm calling it a goal.
Sick and tired of Dave Jackson.
Okay.
That's it. Let's see it again. No, this is a terrible angle, ESPN. Give me the overhead again. All right. Puck hits the puck. It hit both posts, I might add.
I think that might be in.
And then it hits the far post, rolls back, and that's in. That's a goal. You got to give it.
Sorry, what was that, Kyle? Did you say that was a goal?
I'm going to leave. I'm getting bullied.
Lowry with his second goal of the game, and the Jets take a 2-goal lead. It's 5-3. Jared Bednar can't believe it.
I'm going to leave. You guys are bullying.
Well, what did I say?
One is.
What did I say? I didn't bully you at all.
I'm looking at her.
Like I'm
Lauren said glasses time for Kyle.
Oh, yeah, here, I can fix that.
Lauren can give you an eye exam if you need one.
No, it's okay. I'll fix that. Give me a second.
I'll fix that.
Let me fix that. There we go. Wait. There we go.
All right.
Oh, he's got the glass. I thought he was going to put on
for the record, they're blue light glasses.
Blue light?
Lauren will tell you her thoughts on blue light glasses as an optometry student.
Oh, there you go, Kyle.
I'm just not going to wear it.
You're about to feel
you can't win.
I think you're about to feel so insecure for having blue light glasses. I think that's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
I think that's what's about to happen. Fake? I have glasses as a joke. I have glasses with the tape in the middle.
Do you really?
So I can look like Squints from the Sandlot, if anybody gets that. Neil, Kyle's correct. It's in the lower bowl, so you're right.
I nailed it.
It's only where you get access. There's a restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. How the
yeah, wait, I've seen pictures of that where it's like people sitting at the restaurant and it's like a glass that you can see the players walking through the tunnel.
Yeah. It's like
I saw it too.
Where else
literally.
is it like that? Where else? I think it's like
Yeah.
UBS in Long Island. I think it's the same thing.
There's it's similar at, they recently put a part in the Red Wings, but I still think it's only families that can go down there.
That makes sense.
But it's like the same idea.
Right.
Makes sense. Icing here against we got a little pushing and shoving. Neil Pionk and Valery Nichushkin. Oh my goodness. Valery Nichushkin's necklace almost came off.
Well, then don't wear a necklace.
He has a massive gold necklace.
Okay.
It's huge.
You know what? I'm going to embrace it.
Just embrace it now at this point. I wear glasses. And
Yeah,
I'm blind as a bat.
I have perfect vision.
Great. Fantastic.
Everybody clap.
Good for you. Look, I do
too. Clap, everybody.
Staring at a screen for the longest time. I need, protection.
Fair enough. So we have a Jets power play here as Valery Nichushkin goes to the box. So the Jets will get their second power play of the night. 15:44 to go in the third. Jets now up by 2. Adam Lowry with both of the last 2 goals. Jets win the faceoff here. Morrissey over to the right side. Now to Kyle Connor. Turns around, gets it top of the point to Morrissey. Morrissey, he takes a shot, just goes wide of Georgiev. As now Scheifele retains it for Winnipeg. Morrissey, right side now over to his teammate. Walks the line, still with it now. Connor, now to Ehlers. Ehlers holding. Tries to get over to Morrissey out of his reach, and it goes all the way back down to the Winnipeg zone. As Hellebuyck will play it back, and Morrissey will reset here for the Jets. As this is a big moment in the game. This is a big moment that
Greece did say they were going to come back, so I mean, it is a big moment.
Well, we'll see if they can kill this off here. As now the Jets look to set up again as Scheifele now with the puck. Scheifele backhands it now over to Monahan. Monahan, top of the point now to Morrissey. Morrissey left side to Scheifele. Scheifele in front now, feeds it just out of the reach of Monahan in the slot. Kyle Connor gets it back. Connor with the puck. Right face-off dot shot. Now one gets fought off by Georgiev, but Morrissey keeps it in. Left side now to Scheifele. Scheifele now to Connor behind the net. Connor, left corner now to Scheifele. Scheifele left face-off dot. Still with it. Feeds it there. One-time feed. That one is stopped by Georgiev, but Morrissey keeps it in. Good pressure here from the Jets. First power play unit. Scheifele now to Morrissey with a drive, and that one just goes wide of Georgiev. Puck is still in now as the Jets try to keep it in now. The stream went, my TV went off again.
Oh, Neil.
I know. Neil. I'm back. I swear. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Scheifele left face. Gets the top of the boy. Drive by Connor. And he scores! Kyle Connor with a bomb on the power play. And the Jets have opened it up. It's now 6-3 Winnipeg.
Now I don't think they'll come back. Okay.
Now you don't.
Did I not flip back at the right time?
Yes,
Tell me that wasn't perfect.
That's why we were like, no. Like, why did it?
I know, it's bad. But a great shot there from Kyle Connor. Absolute bomb again. Morrissey with a nice feed, and Georgiev just couldn't stop it. Those are frauds.
Are they frauds?
Does anybody want me to say where Kyle Connor went to school?
Where did Kyle Connor go to school, Grace?
No.
The University of Michigan.
I hate you. Would it be? Is it bad timing to say that I am a huge Michigan hater? I really don't like Michigan.
Great.
Oh my God.
Again, Grace doesn't need to know what team I'm a fan of.
Oh, don't you dare!
It's not Ohio State. Sorry.
Okay.
It's not Penn State.
I live in Canada.
They're in the
Michigan
Big Ten.
State?
They're in the Big Ten. It's just not either one of those teams.
Michigan State? Oh,
No.
Rutgers. It's got to be Rutgers. That's not bad. That's forgivable.
Yeah, no, 76-0 is still haunting my dreams. Okay,
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to talk about it.
Lauren saying, "God, I love Ohio." Oh my gosh! By the way, anybody who's watching and doesn't know, Lauren is my co-host on All Goals No Misses. So she's the banter that you see between us. If you want more of it, there's plenty to be had.
Yep.
We love each other, though.
I
She's
just
my
do this?
dearest friend. Oh, I saw. I was ignoring. I was ignoring.
The O.
Finally, the Jets wake up. I mean, what were they down 3-2?
Actually,
Was that 4 unanswered goals now?
now that I think
Oh no,
about
Kyle, what are you doing? No, what do you have? Do you have are you going to put the Golden Gophers hat on?
So we have a store here called Boathouse, and they sell like a lot of like the school sweaters or whatever, and they're really nice. And I just like them for the colors. Okay,
Grace is going.
I have to sadly admit
I
that I
was just
wouldn't
talking.
wear that
Oh
today.
Jesus Christ!
I
But you
also
have
have
but you also have a Golden Gophers shirt.
Yeah, I got it right here.
I've seen
actually.
you
Wait.
wear. So
To be honest, this is my favorite one.
So wait, should I?
I
guess I have to ask Grace. Like, should I expect the Giants to take JJ McCarthy with the 6th overall pick?
So here's my thing. As much as I love Michigan and I like JJ and I liked getting to
Please tell me he sucks.
watch him. Well, no, here's my thing. I am a Drake May stan. So I truthfully, right now, the Patriots have sort of hinted that they might take JJ, and there's been some reports. But if there is a world in which any team I personally think he should go number 1 overall. I go to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, by the way, now for law school.
Tar Heels.
Go Heels.
Go
But
Heels.
I
Go Heels.
love Drake May. So JJ McCarthy is nothing compared to Drake May ever.
Drake May is hopefully just not going to be Mitch Trubisky. I guess that's all.
No, that Mitch Trubisky is the worst thing that ever happened to Drake May. And being in the ACC.
That's interesting.
Anyway.
It's on the power play here as LA set up with a shot. Rebound try just goes wide of Hellebuck. Avs desperately have to get the next goal here, and they got to get it quickly. It's now over the right side. Cale Makar, top of the point, shot, scramble in front, and they score. And I think it's Arturi Lehkonen who might have gotten in front, but nonetheless, the Avs have struck on the power play, and it's now 6-4 Winnipeg. Yeah,
Is it over? Is it not over?
it's not over.
Okay.
We're not done. We still have over 13 minutes to go, my friend.
3-year contract with Carson Repkoff today, rookie.
Repkoff, 3-year, 2.7.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a nice number.
Nice.
2.76.
Nice.
Yeah, Grace, we may be children at times.
What?
We may be children at times.
Oh, this is what I was trying to find, by the way.
Okay, great.
Great.
Yay. Yeah, of course they beat Washington. The Pac-12 sucks. Oh, I'm sorry. The Big Ten West. And I mean really West.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I don't know college football.
It's okay, Kyle.
You got to start learning with that Michigan sweatshirt.
Listen, I just like it because of the colors, all right?
Once I start, I won't stop, so I got to shut up.
Kyle, get some Rutgers gear and you'll feel happy.
I think they actually sell Rutgers gear from our.
Of course they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, of course they do.
They also sell Ohio ones too.
Boo.
That's an interesting thing to say.
Ohio. No, I got one. My favorite one is the LSU one. I like the purple.
I like LSU's colors.
Yeah, I like the purple one. Yeah, that's the only reason why I get these is because I like the colors. So, and they fit nice.
Honestly, I can't argue with that.
Right?
I can't.
Purple and yellow.
If you like color, you got to get Carolina blue. Nothing beats Carolina blue.
What, the Tar Heels like light blue?
Our color. It's called Carolina blue. It's also
It's called Carolina.
It's
a real color.
Colors that is trademarked in the country.
I'll have to look into that.
In other fun, worthless news, the Ohio State University trademarked the word "the." Wrap your head around that one. That was mean. I'm sorry. That was.
I just got bodied.
No, it's fine. Is anybody gonna play? Okay, no. That's my dad, by the way. In case anybody wants to know, it's my father. No one's playing defense. But you know what? Pop? We're not watching the Devils. So there you go. You got that. You have that. So if Neil doesn't like Michigan, by denominator, he doesn't like
the Red Wings. It's not even close.
I don't like the Pistons either. And I feel bad for them because they suck.
Ooh, harsh.
Well, they do, Kyle. I mean, damn.
Lauren,
they invented
They did. We looked that up on an episode of our podcast. That did come up before. I know that that's true.
Okay.
Love that. Also, by the way, they just showed a replay of the most recent goal for the Avs. There might have been goalie interference on that goal. Might have been. Little bit of a bump. Yeah, I'm getting there. It's now here come it's now the Jets settle it here. Chips it up the boards. Here comes Kyle Connor up the center of the ice. Kyle Connor with some space. Waits, red shot! And that one just goes wide of Georgiev. Jets keeping it in. Puck around the boards. Feeds it right to Connor. Scores! It's Kyle Connor with his second goal of the game. And the Jets have retaken the 3-goal lead. It's now 7-4 Winnipeg.
Okay, now it's over.
Now it's over. I think that was the last chance for Colorado on that one.
And there's still 10 minutes left in this game.
There's still 10.
Laura's right in the chat. Touchdown.
That is a touchdown. And you know what?
And an extra point.
Blue Bomber fans will be happy because that is a touchdown for Winnipeg.
Yep.
CFL reference for all of you people that didn't know what I was talking about. Boom.
If you had, do you have a CFL like favorite?
Go Argos.
Go Argos.
People actually watch CFL.
I'm a big Connor Kelly fan myself.
Out in Saskatchewan, they packed that building. It's crazy.
My brother is a Rough Rider fan.
Oh, yeah.
He's a huge Rough Rider fan.
That's really funny, actually.
Because that's all they have out there is just
it's just nothing. Well, they have the Blades. No, Kyle, they have the Blades.
That's junior hockey.
So what? They pack the arena every night.
It's because they don't have a choice.
Do you want a Saskatoon team in the NHL? Yes or no?
No.
I do.
No.
I want people to go to the middle of Saskatoon and realize what it's like.
Realize it's hell on earth.
Realize that it's worse than Edmonton.
Just prove a point.
Edmonton's pretty. I mean, it's pretty bare outside of the city.
Kyle, call it like it is. Edmonton is in the middle of nowhere.
Edmonton sucks.
Calgary at least has some character to it.
Yeah, they have the mountains.
And they still have the Saddle Dome for now. They
need to get rid of it.
I hope they don't tear it down. I hope they just keep it.
Yeah. I think they will. Well, I don't know if they will, actually.
Well, let's think about it for a minute.
Let's get rid of it.
Kyle, what is with our luck, like in the playoffs and getting like a lot of blowouts?
Well, yeah, I guess last year.
It's happening again.
It is happening again.
It's happening again.
The last one that we did in the playoffs, the last playoff game that we did was a blow. Or no,
went to overtime. That game was when Jesper Fost scored the game winner in overtime of Game 5.
Or no, we did streams after the Devils got knocked out anyway.
Did we do the finals? I think we did.
We did the finals.
We did game like 5 and it was a blowout or something.
Yeah, so
7-2. It was awful.
Mm-hmm.
It was off. I'm trying to think of like a game that we've done that was so good.
What happened here?
Oh, it's a scramble in front. Puck is still loose, and that puck didn't go in.
Miles Wood is saying it went in.
Miles Wood is on his butt, begging for a goal. The ref called the penalty, so I think there's a penalty against the Jets.
It is against the Jets.
But it looks like we're going to commercial break with just about 8.5 minutes to go in this one. Jets up 7-4 here in this one right now.
Oh, we scared Lauren off. Good job.
Yeah, Lauren's done.
It's good. She needed to go back to studying. All right.
But is anyone watching spring football is the question.
I went to our spring football. I went to our UNC game yesterday, our spring game. You asked. That one wasn't unprompted.
No, I'm like, that's awesome. Kyle's like I don't care.
You can't go to football because it's still cold as shit up here.
Yeah, it was 75. It was really, really hot. We were like boiling in the stadium.
Thanks.
It's a nice 65 degrees in the Garden State.
It was 5 degrees Celsius today.
Nice. My man.
Celsius.
It's cold. Pretty cold.
Okay,
oh,
thanks. You could just say cold.
What?
Cold.
Don't watch it then. Don't watch it then.
Your dad.
It's my dad.
Your dad who was just in the chat a second ago?
Yes.
Come here. Come hither.
It was.
Make a comment live. All right.
Hello.
Hey, everyone.
How are you?
Right, say something. Anything.
11 goals. Are you serious?
It's called the playoffs.
It's called RDR Spring Hockey. That's what it's called.
Where did that come from?
Well, I mean, you get these big scores like this, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm not the one in net.
No, I think Vanacek's in net for both teams.
Okay, that's
Oh,
God.
Yo.
Well, now you got to deal with him again.
I
That's
so.
real.
You can't get rid of him.
That's
You
as real as it
when you
gets.
step in it and can't get her off the shoe.
All right, I love you.
I'm going.
Later. That's what happens in this household when I do games.
I love it. I love the Vanacek call.
I'll tell you, Game 7 last year, Devils beat the Rangers, right? Everyone in my family comes in the room and has a glass of champagne. Not joking.
That's awesome.
We were having a good time. As that was not a goal, by the way. You're not giving. But the Avalanche are on a power play, down 7-4 with 8:39 to go. I have a prediction at this point that I think Adam Lowry is going to get a hat trick.
Does he have 2 already?
Yeah, but what about Kyle Connor?
Kyle Connor as well.
I'll give it
good
to. I'll
point.
say Kyle Connor is going to get.
All right.
Okay, I can see that.
I
That's
want the
fair.
Jets to score 10. That would be awesome.
They're going for the field goal next.
Oh yeah.
For 3, it's good.
Now puck is loose there. It's a good poke check by Dylan DeMello, and that puck comes out, and that one's dumped out by Winnipeg with 8.5 minutes to go. In this third period, 7-4, Colorado outshooting the Jets 33-22, but down by 3 goals right now. As the Avs look to set it up here, puck comes down in front, nobody home. Jets try to get to it. They can't clear. McCarr will now control it and set it up. Gets over left side now. Now over to McKinnon. McKinnon being hounded, but gets it down to McCarr. McCarr back to McKinnon. McKinnon still with it. Rich shot. And that one just goes wide. Puck comes out. Loose in front. Rantanen took a shot, but it got blocked. He regains it, gets it top of the point now to Cale McCarr. McCarr now over to McKinnon. He's doing a little dangling, a little deking. Now over to Lehkonen. Now back to McKinnon. McKinnon gets around Iafallo. He feeds it over to behind the net. Back to Rantanen. Puck comes out. Nobody's there. Puck is loose. Gets it down to McCarr and gets it back top of the point. McCarr, rich shot, and he scores!
There we go.
McCarr with a shot through traffic, and the Avs cut it back to 2 again. It's now 7-5.
We didn't even consider a McKinnon hat trick.
Oh yeah. Well, finally.
How many goals does he have? He has 1.
Forever.
He has 1.
He has 1.
Don't count him out.
But hey, look, you guys mentioned Cale McCarr. He finally gets on the board, although still down by 2.
I did say Cale McCarr at the beginning.
You did.
He has not been involved. That's been the problem.
Boy,
Until
the
now.
goalie coaches for these teams is going to be just having a conniption right now.
Yeah.
Still 7 minutes left here. There's still time, believe it or not.
What if we just get overtime tonight?
7-7 overtime.
It goes 8-7.
Oh my God.
Well, the Avs come right back in with a shot, and that puck goes out of play off a deflection. Kiviranta. Oh, I forgot Joel Kiviranta's on the Avs now.
Would hit the ref.
Good.
Oh, hey.
Fantastic.
Neil, we don't promote violence. No
Kyle,
violence.
it's hockey, and you're telling me no violence?
Not at least on the guys who don't have padding. Or enough padding. I'll stick you out there.
Wes McCauley was my neighbor back in Maine.
Guys,
wait, what?
Guys, they're on the ice.
Sorry.
Sorry, wait, hold on. What about Wes McCauley?
Wes McCauley was my neighbor back in Maine.
Sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you ever chat?
Yeah, I talked to him all the time. I mean, he was a Michigan State guy, so we, talked about that.
Yo, that's actually, I did not know that. That's actually sick.
That's pretty cool.
His family moved to Nashville recently, but
wait, he lives in Nashville?
Now he does.
Here comes Kyle Connor with Shifley. Oh, and what was that? Kyle Connor he just didn't get enough of that pass. Here come the Avs back in. Feed it over just out of the reach of Middlestat there on a feed from McKinnon. Oh, but I can't believe Kyle Connor didn't make that pass. Has there ever been 7-7 game that led to overtime? I don't know.
I don't think so.
But we might get it tonight. We have time.
I think
Neil is having flashbacks. No, I'm not. Connor, I'm not.
I'm neighbors with the Brett and Nick Ritchie and their parents.
Oh, no way. I love Nick Ritchie.
Yeah. Yeah, they went to high school, and apparently
former Bruin.
Apparently Nick wasn't the nicest person in high school.
No, he doesn't seem it. He did almost try to kill someone with a right hook over and wherever he's playing now.
Yeah. So, and yeah, I mean, after you have a conversation with them, you're like, yeah, I can see that. Connor asked, did you ever imagine Wes McCauley had a flair for the dramatic when making public announcements?
Public announcements?
I mean, he and my dad were pretty good friends, and my dad would always joke with him about it. I never saw that side of him. He was always pretty quiet and reserved when I spoke to him. But my dad said that it was exactly the way that he is.
It's pretty cool though, when he does those.
I love it. I know. I have to sit back when people do the Wes McCauley hate because I personally love him. I think I'm just biased because
hate for Wes McCauley.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
A lot of hate for Wes McCauley.
Is it because of the dramatics, or is it just because he's a ref?
Both. It's people saying that he's making it about him, and they think that his 5 minutes for fighting calls, Connor, are sensational.
Oh yeah, 5 minutes
fighting. No, yeah, but there's a lot. He is the most hated. I think it's because he's the most well known that he's an easy target for
That's crazy.
I disagree. I think he's a good ref, but
I like him too.
You know who I think? You know who irritates me at times? Don Sutherland.
Yes.
Oh God.
Who's actually doing this game tonight?
Who's the very Quebec guy?
The Frenchie?
The Frenchie?
He's very thick Quebec accent. He always just
I know who you're talking about. I don't recall his name.
I don't know what his name is.
I think
I agree with
remember his name.
Personality.
Yeah. Well, my favorite Wes McCauley is when his mic wasn't working. And he goes, oh yeah. The mic's not on.
He goes, oh yeah, there it is.
It was great. It was actually phenomenal.
I love when he does those calls.
Look,
right?
Connor nails it on the head. The NHL just needs more personalities.
100%.
Let's think about this. Connor McDavid, arguably best player in the league. Are we going to have a debate here? Maybe not.
Fine with that.
Yep.
Has zero personality.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
He's coming out a little. He's coming out of his shell a tiny bit.
His commercials with Gretzky are kind of funny.
Yes.
The MGM ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe, obviously, I'm biased as well, but David Pastrnak has a ton of personality. I think he's great for the game. There are players who have that person. I think Keandre Miller is another player with a lot of personality. Even Rempe,
Ryan Reeves.
I hate
Ryan Reeves, but yes.
Jack Hughes.
No, Jack Hughes doesn't have any personality. None of the
Jack
Hughes
Hughes
brothers
hates
do.
the media.
No offense.
Okay, wait, hold on.
No,
Actually,
I'm not offended. No. Believe me, I'm not offended. Jack Hughes hates having to be talking to the media. He just wants to play hockey and nothing else.
I have a question. Back to Ryan Reeves for a second. More specifically towards Grace, and maybe Neil actually too. Depending on if you like him or not. Grace already said he doesn't like him, so I'm kind of directing this towards him.
like Ryan Reeves.
Sure. So to Grace then,
but I like Tom Wilson.
You don't like him. If the Bruins end up signing Ryan Reeves one day, how would you feel about it?
I mean, I think that I would feel. It's honestly Bruins fans. The exact example. We hated Pat Maroon, and if you ask Lauren, she will tell you how much she still hates Pat Maroon.
Right.
So I think, and Bertuzzi, none of us liked Bertuzzi. So I think that Bruins do have the ability to overcome and adopt players that we previously didn't like. Like now Bertuzzi's beloved in Boston. So I think that I would come around to him. I also didn't like Pat Maroon, but I came around to him.
My point. I hate this guy. He's on our team.
I do. I just hate him. I find him very annoying. I hate when he does like, oh man, if I was out there on the ice. Well, guess what?
True.
Sometimes you are out there on the ice, and you know what you do? Nothing.
He actually did the most in yesterday's game, if anything.
No, well, Domi was out here chopping at Marchand's bones in his wrist.
I can't wait for tomorrow's game.
I love Nikita Kucherov. I think he has the funniest personality in the sense that he has none.
He's so funny.
Are you
so
kidding
dry.
Me?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? You know, it'd be a great interview, like on one of our podcasts. Jesse Pollock would be like funnier than.
He's got a lot of personality.
That guy.
No, he is going through the motions tonight. I just realized that because he's a Jets fan.
Yep.
Bro,
he's probably there. I think he's there.
Oh, he's definitely at this game for sure.
He's losing.
That guy, man, has gotten so much hate in the last year, though.
That is
why?
A little political, but I'll just say Israel. You know.
Oh yeah.
So just leave it at that. Anyway,
I will say that I couldn't be more entertained by Steve Dangle's thing yesterday, a guy that I also usually don't like.
Funny. He's so funny.
I think I liked it so much because we won, you know?
I was so sad when his dog
I haven't watched it yet. Should I watch it?
Yes, watch it. It's really good.
Pretty funny.
And I love how he always acknowledges that like people only come when they lose because he just wants to see the screamy man. By the way, really quickly, Jets lead the NHL in empty net goals. The NHL. They
Speaking of which,
wow, with this much time left,
no, say nothing. Say nothing.
No, I'm just saying they have an empty net right now.
They do, yeah. 3:08 to go in this third period. It's pretty much a last resort for Colorado. Looking for 2 goals here is now Middlestat over the right side into Nichushkin. Nichushkin now over back behind him to Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen up top of point. Makar with a shot. Gets blocked. Puck comes loose, but the Avs retain it. It's now Rantanen. Right face-off dot. Rantanen now. Top of the point. Left side now over to Middlestat. Now to McKinnon. McKinnon gets around a defender. Tries to chip it in front. It gets intercepted. Puck comes out. No, it's not out. But finally gets chipped out, but it goes into the Jets bench. So the face-off be back in the Winnipeg zone. 2:35 to go in this one. 7-5 Winnipeg. I feel like the Avs are going to make it 7-6.
Yeah, it feels like it.
I was like, you're both looking down at your phones the second I said that. And went
no, sorry. Yeah,
no response. Great.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm trying.
No, you're good. I'm just screwing around. I'm just yanking your chain.
Literally.
As now face up one here by Colorado. Makar with a shot. That one gets blocked. Jets try to get it and fire it down, but it's intercepted by Cale Makar, and he'll go back and reset here. Middlestat back to Makar here with 2:20 and ticking to go in this third period. Middlestat now to McKinnon. Backhands it over. Taken away by the Jets. That puck bounces up. Deflects out of play. So face off again in the Jets zone with 2:13 to go in this third period here as we are winding down to what is a crazy third period because we've had 5 goals in case anybody didn't realize. In this
what a block. Sorry. Oh yeah, I'm ahead of you. Sorry.
It's fine.
I keep forgetting that.
No spoilies.
No,
No
you can spoil
spoilies
it at
here.
this point.
No spoilies here.
It's now Makar with the puck, sets up here. Makar with a shot and a good diving block by Iafallo, excuse me. It's now Nichushkin, lose the puck, intercepted by Sean Monahan, then he shoots it wide of the empty net. Would have put the icing on the cake there. Makar resets, minute 50 to go in the third. Avs desperately need 2 here, and they got to get it fast. As Middlestat dumps it in here, as now they look to try to retain it. McKinnon now gets it over. Makar, now to Rantanen. Rantanen, over and now to Middlestat. Gets over to McKinnon, sharp angle. McKinnon regains it here. Nichushkin's without a stick. It's now Middlestat. Over now to Makar. Now to McKinnon. McKinnon gets it now back to Middlestat. Over the right side to Makar. Makar now to
Rantanen.
Rantanen.
Get a shot on here.
As now Rantanen beats it over, and that shot just goes wide with a minute 20 to go in the third. Rantanen over to Middlestat. Middlestat back top of the point to Makar. Fakes the slap shot pass to Rantanen. That one is knocked down. Puck is loose, and the Jets fire it down. It'll go all the way down for an icing against Winnipeg with 1:08 to go in this one.
Took him forever to finally get a shot on goal here.
I know. Even the shot they took went wide of the net.
What is Connor saying? Great. He lost his mind and his soul after the Florida game, and the same for the last night. He's in so much pain, and he accepts people. Who?
Steve Dangle.
Right. Thank you.
I'll tell you about Steve Dangle.
Thank you.
I cannot see the game in Rogers Arena to live up to even half of this spectacle, but I expect a dogfight. Dude, don't be surprised if the Predators pull off an upset.
I think that is the closest, one of the closest, further apart
matchups
teams that I've seen.
Okay.
I still think it is going to be a close just in general, but in terms of, because the Preds, I don't think that their points are reflective of where they're at right now. Their point in the
it's because they went on a tear, from
they went on a tear and they just look good. I think Lauren said it's going to be a low scoring series. I think.
I told you, Neil, about Nashville, when we kind of did our call the other day, the 6 people on the one at Jimmy's, I kind of said they kind of remind you a little bit of St. Louis back in 2019, does it not?
Oh, I was going to say they remind me of the Cats last year.
Yeah, that too. Right?
Also,
it's the hot team that comes in.
I was going to say, if you look at the stats between Vancouver and Nashville, it's almost even.
Yeah.
Identical, up and down the board. I'm telling you, it is the most coin flip of series I've seen. It literally can go either way.
I think the Preds could pull it out easily.
Wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. Also, we're getting the entire United Kingdom saying hi.
The entire United Kingdom. Nice. I'm surprised that we don't have more people in the chat, as we have little fisticuffs. As here we go. A little pushing and shoving again. Has got 63 seconds to go in this one. It's tough for me to see Colorado get 2 in the last minute here. It doesn't feel like that they're.
We've seen crazier things happen.
God, I swear to God, if you've already seen something that I haven't seen.
No, I'm just saying.
It's true.
Also, they've really kept this top line out there for the longest time. McKinnon's been out there for almost 3 minutes.
Well, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah. Makar's been out there ranting in, Lehkonen, this whole line's been out there forever.
For sure. Face off one here by the Jets. DeMello tries to get it out, and he's actually able to. Won't go down for an icing as we got less than a minute to go in this one. Again, Avs need 2 to tie it here. So that puck gets dumped and flipped into the left corner. Rantanen backhands. And it just out of the reach of Casey Middlestat. And now Makar has to go back and retrieve it here with 40 seconds to go in this one. Stick loose here. Puck goes in the right corner. Connor Hellebuck leaves it to DeMello. He slaps it, tries to get it out, but the Avs retain. Still with its shot. That one gets blocked. Scramble in front. Puck is still loose. And they score! And I think it's Casey Middlestat who's going to get the goal. And with 27.1 to go, it's 7-6 Winnipeg.
He heard us talking earlier.
Yeah, they did.
My words. I'm not okay if this goes to overtime.
If this goes
27 seconds.
If it is a 7-7 game that goes to overtime,
we deserve
this
it.
This is not a good night for Hellebuck. Can we agree?
No.
Bad night.
A 7 goal, and a couple
6.
of them Oh yeah, sorry, wrong team.
That's
like
okay.
6. Well, maybe I'm predicting that it's about to be 7.
Could be.
But I think that I don't know. He has not looked great, especially in close.
Are you? If you're Rick Bonus, if they hold on here, are you happy?
I don't know. So. No.
If I'm either of these coaches, I'm not happy.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
He's gonna go in the locker and be like, "Good, we got the win, but what was that? Like, what was any of that game?"
Oh,
like,
that
he looks mad.
He just couldn't. Connor Hellebuyck hit off his mask, and then he couldn't see it afterwards.
So here we go. Face off back at center ice, won by the Jets. Morrissey now will retain it. Puck now at center ice, and now Monahan will backhand it to the empty net, but it gets blocked. 20 seconds to go here. Avs looking for one last push, looking to tie it. Avs get into the zone, looking to try to set up, but Morrissey intercepts, gets it out of the zone. Makar gets back. 8 seconds to go. Avs dump it back in. Jets will get to it. 3 seconds, 2-1, and that will do it as the Jets hold on for a 7-6 win in Game 1, and they take a 1-0 lead over the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
that was wild.
That was fun. I think I said we were in for a good one, and
it was something.
7-6. It was something, but overall, Jets, despite being outplayed at times and being outshot, they found a way to put 7 past Alexander Georgiev. Adam Lowry with the game-winning goal. He had 2 goals tonight. Kyle Connor with 2 goals. A lot of different guys for the Avs that got on the board. It was a crazy game. We had 6 goals in the first period, 1 in the second, and then another 6 in the third period.
Sorry, Jimmy.
No, Jimmy, still, man, you did a great job earlier today. We appreciate
it.
Absolutely crushed it. In about 15 minutes, our good buddy Ryan from Starcastic Remarks will be live also here on THPN for Game 1 between the Predators and the Vancouver Canucks. My TV went out, but it's fine. The game's over. I don't care anymore. I've been through the ringer, and I don't care. But nonetheless, this was a lot of fun. Grace did a great job. Thank you so much for joining us here on your first stream. We really do appreciate it. Kyle, kick-ass job as always, my friend. And thank you to everybody who jumped in at some point tonight. I think we had as most as 50 people in the chat at one point tonight. So we thank you all for hanging out with us. And again, if you like what you see, leave a like on the stream. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are very close to reaching 5,000 subscribers. And let's try to get to that 5,000 mark by the end of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So you have till the middle of June to get it done. So share this with your family and friends and get them subscribed to THPN, your #1 destination for everything hockey. So parting words from everybody here as, again, join Ryan, Starcastic Remarks, for our last live watch along of the night. We've been very busy today, and we will be back again tomorrow. But Grace, parting words from a crazy one here tonight in Winnipeg.
I had so much fun. I'm so glad that I got to do it with y'all.
Nice.
And thank you to everybody for being wonderful and kind. And I can't wait for another. Go
Especially
Beast.
tomorrow.
Especially tomorrow. Especially tomorrow. And Grace, one last plug of the podcast. Floor is yours.
Yes, please listen if you liked me, or even if you didn't like me, maybe you'll like Lauren. So listen to our podcast. It's called All Goals, No Misses. And you can also follow us on Twitter. That's the exact handle. And yeah, so thank you.
Nice.
Oh, any parting words from you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm just excited that the playoffs are getting underway, and we're getting some really good viewership even the last couple of days. So I'm just excited, and especially gives you guys a chance to really promote and do a great job with it. And yeah, I'm just excited for the nights ahead. It's going to be great, and I'm excited for what's next.
Absolutely. And I'll give, even though it wasn't completely right, I'll give a little bit of a shout out to Andrew B. He went 6-4 Jets, so he was kind of the closest in terms of scoring. But of course, nobody was going to nobody was going to be right after that first period of play. It was one heck of a game, a lot of excitement, and just the beginning here of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Again, just the second night of a long 2 months ahead of exciting hockey. And Connor says, cue the moment Neil does the finger snapping. I don't think I'm going to do it at the end. We'll see. But again, thank you so much, everybody. Again, leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we go live right here on THPN. Also, go check out all of the podcasts here on the network, including Grace's podcast. Also, my podcast, my one and only self-plug tonight, Devil's State of Mind podcast, which covers the New Jersey Devils. I haven't done an end of the season episode yet. I'm dreading it, but I will get to it. I promise I will get to it. When I have when I'm done crying, I'll get to it. But nonetheless, make sure to go check it out. Go check out all the podcasts. We have so many on here for every team and so much. We also have podcasts covering the PWHL as well. So make sure you go check it out, despite PWHL New York being in dead last. I'm not going to talk about it. I also went to my first PWHL game yesterday, so that was a lot of fun, at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, so that was kind of cool. But nonetheless, make sure to also follow us on all of our social media platforms at hockeypodnet, both on Instagram and on Twitter. Nope, not calling it the other thing. That doesn't compute in my vocabulary.
Agreed.
Also on Twitter as well. So, for the lovely Grace and Kyle Manifold, my name is Neil Villapiano. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you in about 10 minutes for the next live watch along. Once again, final score from Winnipeg, the Jets, in a crazy one. Take game one and take a 1-game-to-none lead over the Avs, winning this one tonight by the final score of 7-6. Everyone continue to be the awesome people that you are. Grace, it is time. And as always, hockey fans, make sure you're on. Have a good night.
Say something.